After a tantalising finish in Imola 7 days ago, we're all set in the Principality of Monaco. The place has barely changed in nearly 100 years, but what exactly is going to happen this weekend? The fight is on between Red Bull and the rest of the field. Monaco rounds out the month of May then in 2024's calendar. June takes us to Canada, Spain and Austria. July sees the British Grand Prix at the halfway stage of the season before Hungary and Belgium take us to the summer break. Netherlands is in August, Italy takes us to September along with Azerbaijan, Singapore. October takes us to the United States at COTA followed by Mexico. November has Sao Paulo and Las Vegas. December takes us back to the deserts with Qatar and Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads on 161 points. Leclerc is on 113, moving up to second after podium last time out. Perez is 107, being caught by Lando Norris on 101. Sainz has 93, Piastri 53, Russell 44, Hamilton 35, 2 clear of Alonso on 33. Tsunoda rounds out the top 10 on 15. Nothing changed in the second half of the table though. Stroll still 11, Behrman and Hulkenberg on 6, Ricciardo 5, Ocon Magnussen on 1, Albon, Zhou, Gasly, Bottas and Sargent still yet to score. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way on 268 points to Ferrari on 212. McLaren have 154 to Mercedes 79. Aston Martin have 44 to Visa Cash Up RB on 20. Haas have 7, Alpine have 1, Williams and Sauber still on 0 points. Let's take a look around the Circuit de Monaco, a 2.074 mile circuit, 19 turns, been in motorsport since 1929. As we approach the centenary, it is still exactly the same circuit. Get a good exit out of the last corner. Keep towards the middle of the track as you begin to rise up to turn 1, Saint-Devote. Keep across the barriers that come up fast towards you at the exit. Rise up, Beau Rivage, towards the top of the peak at Massenet. Careful, drop down 3 gears to about 5th as you hurtle into Casino Square. Avoid the bump on the left-hand side as you hurtle down to Mirabeau. 2nd gear corner. Don't need to change gear as well as you hurtle down to the Fairmont hairpin. 1st gear, 30 mile an hour, the slowest on the entire circuit calendar. Portier 1 and 2 take you through as well, underneath the magical Monaco tunnel that goes black as you hurtle underneath. The lights illuminate and then a big flash as you hurtle down to the Nouvelle chicane. 2nd gear, hug the apex curb as well, go wide then back on the power as you hurtle down flat out towards to back. Little lift and a downshift 1 gear, flat out through the swimming pool chicane before you're braking hard as well, back across the opposite of the pit lane as well into La Rascasse. 3rd gear corner, back on the power, down to 2nd gear for Anthony Nogues. Full power, DRS open, up to the line and across. And that is a lap of the 2-mile Monaco street circuit.
Hello everybody and welcome along to the pre-show for the Monaco Grand Prix. The final few races of the month of May is beginning this weekend. Charles Leclerc managed to make it pole position, but will he be able to convert it to a win? Whilst Joshua Birch is doing the Monaco Grand Prix, you got myself, Jess Ball, hosting the pre-show. And alongside me is Megan. Hello, Megan. Are you hoping Charles Leclerc will take the win today?
I really am. I think it would be about time, and I seem very small. It's like, right there, a little bit taller.
There we go. That's better, yeah.
I really hope that he can manage to take the win today, because he has had so much disappointment around here that I think he deserves it at this point. He really, really does.
He does, because he's in the best spot to do so. We've seen in many other series, overtaking is hard to in Monaco. And if Charles Leclerc does do it, it'll be third time lucky, and it'll be his first victory on the streets of the Principality, and his first podium as well. I remember one year he calls the red flag as well. But, Megan, we got the Mercedes chasing him, we got the Ferraris, and also the McLarens, as well as Leclerc's adopted son chasing him down as well.
Yes, it's a whole load of things. Obviously, yeah, his adopted son's right behind him. I mean,
Yeah.
even in interview, Leclerc's brother, Arthur Leclerc, he called Oscar's nephew and said about a family front row. And it's just never going away now. For the entirety of both the careers, it will be father and son now. The entire life.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to be going off with all of this for the entirety of the year. So just bear with us in this one as well. But Josh T is going to be with us in the pits for the pre-show. But when he comes back from touring cars, he'll be on camera. So hello, Josh T. Welcome in. Let's start with the real talking point of this pre-show for what we didn't cover yesterday because it happened overnight. Both Hasses have been disqualified due to a technical infringement. I'll be starting in the pit lane. That must be bad news for Haas because they had such a good qualifying session yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely they did as well. And the FIA saw Haas in Q2 and thought, yeah, that's suspicious. We are got to look at that as well. Yeah, both Hasses disqualified from qualifying, so they start on the last row together as well. But disappointing for Haas, especially with my fantasy team, both drivers, one team. But yeah,
I did have Hulkenberg at one
Yeah.
point, but then I got rid of him for some weird reason.
Wise.
I should have kept him.
Do you know what I did before qualifying?
What?
I should have left my fantasy team. I swapped out Albon for Zoe.
One question: why?
Why?
Don't know. I don't know.
What was going on in your brain then?
Don't know.
I forgot to change my team, and I still got Joe wins. I have a bit of time to do it during when we go to fire over the sky and change to something else. But I will lose out on points. But to be honest, I don't care because, yeah. But we all know it's going to be between Leclerc, Piastri, McLaren. Verstappen only down in 6th place. We will. It is hard to overtake, and we thought that Verstappen would usually go on to win the race from 6th. We usually does, but in Monaco, Megan, that's probably not going to be the case because it's so hard. He's got to rely on strategy.
It is increasingly difficult to get around there, and with every single overtake at Monaco, you do risk crashing, and crashing so badly that you might red flag the race. So I expect maybe a slight bit of caution from Max Verstappen today in going round, overtaking people. But I don't think that's going to stop him, to be honest. I really don't.
So you think he's going to take the win?
I think he's going to try and go all or nothing.
Yeah, I don't blame him, and be prepared for the complaints if he doesn't get the win as well.
I mean, we are at Monaco.
But I'm sure Leclerc has something to respond to as well. Mercedes made it through into Q3 too. We got Gasly, who had his best qualifying of the season as well. Is it about time that Alpine is starting to be on the up? Because they seem to me they're getting much better luck than Williams currently this season.
They are. Let's hope that they are a lot more prominent from now on, because it has been quite disappointing, I would say, in the previous 7 races to see them once be so good, and they were near the front of the field. They were in like 5th and 6th place, like continuously. Then that changing.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that does change. But enough of us. Let's hand it over to Sky for their pre-show and for Martin's grid wars later on as well. And we've got F1 Kids also going on at the same time. But yeah, let's hand over to Sky.
Well, it's not long now. It's lights out.
And away we go.
Pit lane's open. Here's Ted. Very much, Simon. Yes, they're thundering past me in the pit lane here as the tension is building ahead of the Monaco Grand Prix, the 81st running of this famous motor race. Now, you win in Monaco, you join the legends, but you've got to go to that man, Max Verstappen, P6 on the grid, to find somebody who's won this race before. None of the top 5 on the grid have won this race before. So we're just seeing a little bit of a traffic jam in the pit lane. So are we going to get a first-time winner of the Monaco Grand Prix? And is it going to be Charles Leclerc or Oscar Piastri who share the front row? Really looking forward to this one. There is Charles Leclerc. That's his second time round lap through the grid. We'll see if he does a third. I imagine he will. He wants to get a feel on the tyres. They're not the tyres he's going to start the race from. The strategy, the quickest strategy, is to do a one-stop. A one-stop is always the best strategy around here in Monaco. And actually, if you start on the medium tyre, go to between laps 24 and 34, and then go to the hard tyre and go to the end. Reminder, a 78-lap race, that on paper is the quickest way to go. There is an alternative to start on the hard tyre, go to really long between laps 47 and 57, put the medium tyre on the end. There's the option of starting on the soft, go to laps 17 to 27, put the hard tyre on at the end. So David Croft, 78 laps of intense focus ahead. And that's just for you in the commentary box.
Yeah, it is one of the races you do have to focus on, because anything can happen round here. But is this the day, Ted? And I think you've rather hinted at this, that the Monaco curse is finally banished for good for Charles, Marc, Hervé, Percival, Leclerc. Never been on the podium here in F1, never been on the podium here in F2. Started on pole in 2021. Didn't start on pole in 2021, didn't take part in the race. 2022, strategy errors on a drying track cost him victories. The only pole sitter in the last 19 runnings of the Monaco Grand Prix that hasn't finished on the podium. But the sun is shining today and Monaco awaits its home hero. But don't go expecting an easy win. I did ask the Ferrari sporting director what he feared today. Everybody and everything was his answer. It is Monaco after all. You touched on Oscar Piastri alongside Charles Leclerc on the front row. It was Sir Jack Brabham who picked up his maiden win in Formula One, and the first ever for an Australian driver in 1959. Oscar could become the 10th driver to pick up a maiden win here today in Monaco, and it is the 81st Monaco Grand Prix overall. So is that an omen, a winning omen for car number 81? And Max Verstappen, you mentioned in P610, nobody from outside the top 5 has won in the dry here since Jochen Rindt in 1970. That is bad news for Max, but the last time he started P6 was Austin last year, and he went on to win the race. It's a tough job for him. It's a tougher job for his teammate Sergio Perez, who qualified 18th. Starts 16th because the 2 Haas drivers disqualified for qualifying because of that rear wing infringement. Start last on the grid. Simon, down to you.
Thanks, Crofty. Let's go from rear wings to front wings, because that was the issue yesterday for Mercedes. They only had one new front wing. Both of the drivers were offered it. Lewis Hamilton turned it down. George Russell decided to go with it. In the end, he's now 7-1 up in qualifying, and Lewis wasn't particularly happy afterwards. They said if both of them had wanted it, it would have been a coin toss, but he didn't, and it cost him, it would seem.
Yeah, I think what Lewis was worried about is if the wing was damaged in qualifying, they would have to replace it with a wing that wasn't exactly the same, so you get the penalty and you start last. So that was the worry. But after qualifying, when you're that close to your teammate, he's just out-qualified you with the new front wing, obviously it's frustration.
Yeah, but what we're also hearing from the team is actually you perhaps not giving George enough credit there for the job that he did yesterday, because that's the first time they've been inside the top 5 since Bahrain, since he was 3rd at the first race of the season, and perhaps his performance worked more than the new wing itself.
Yeah, well, I think whenever there's not equal parts on each car, that's always going to cause frustration between the drivers, even though Lewis Hamilton was offered the opportunity to take that wing and he turned it down. But honestly, apparently from what we hear, the wing wasn't worth the gap that was between Lewis and George there yesterday. Really strange though, because Lewis was on form all weekend. He was really quick in free practice 1, really quick throughout all the practices, and then got to qualifying and just didn't seem to be able to put that perfect lap together. So yeah, it's unfortunate, it's frustrating, I'm sure, for Lewis, you know, to be 7-1 to George. But yeah, there's also the psychology that's going to come around. You know, he's obviously leaving the team. Who's the team going to be favoring in these sorts of situations? And that's unfortunately what comes with announcing that you're going to leave the team so early.
He was alluded to it. He alluded to the end of the interview with Natalie after qualifying, believing that actually he's going to be behind in qualifying all year. I don't know what you'd say from that. Does he think that George is going to get all the new bits first then?
We're always emotional after qualifying, especially if your teammates in front of you. So we say things that maybe we wouldn't have said at another time. But, you know, he's so close still. We forget how small these margins are. It's half a tenth. That is minuscule. And all of the top 7 are very, very close in lap times. It was just who did the slightly better job. But you've got to hand it to all of those top 7. Great laps out there around Monaco.
Absolutely. Right, let's go to the Sky Pad. Anne, what can you tell us?
Yes, Simon, we've got some of the thrills and spills from last year's race to familiarise ourselves with. At the start, it was Verstappen off of pole with the threat of Alonso, but Verstappen gets the jump, as I'm expecting Leclerc to as well. They've got the clean side of the track there on the inside, but watch Ocon having a bit of a look down the inside of Alonso. We often see that, drivers on the inside thinking about sticking it through, and you've got that run up the hill as Lewis was with Sainz. We can go actually on board with Lewis there. Bit of wheel spin at the start for him is pretty common to see, but then the second phase of the getaway was good, and he's threatening the throw on the inside, thinks about it, but it's tentative stuff, isn't it? Because this kind of situation can happen, getting that squeeze, and you don't want to go damaging your car so early on the race. But there's big pressure for the drivers as well to try and make up positions. We could see down towards the hairpin, riding on board with Logan Sargent. He's got the car in the middle of the track, and that gives the opportunity for a real late braking move from Kevin Magnussen. And then it's a bit of a traffic jam here, a bit more contact in the hairpin for him. Speaking of contact, we had Lance Stroll as well. Now, this was a really unfortunate situation here. He sees a gap on the outside before the hairpin, thinks about it, and then makes a big bit of contact with the Williams driver. And then things get even more messy on the exit before 10-7 and clips the front wing yet again. So we got just the off-board shot of there, and you can see the gaps are narrowing for everyone here as they jostle for those positions. And like I say, the pressure is on their shoulders at this point, because they know after these couple of corners, things will settle down to become single file until the first round of those pit stops. I'm not saying the race will be exactly like that today. You never know here in Monaco.
Pole sitter has arrived at the grid. Thank you, Anthony. Just got out of his Ferrari. You've been in that position in 2009. Talk us through your thought process, getting off and away clean.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good at getting off the line consistently through the year now with all the systems they have in place, and they perfected it as drivers because the regulations haven't changed for a while. So I feel he's going to be pretty relaxed. I know it's a big race for him. It's his home race, and it's the Monaco Grand Prix. Those are the two races as a racing driver. You want to win, and he gets them both on one race. So I don't think he'll have an issue. He's confident, and he's put himself in the best position on the grid, hasn't he?
Let's go back to last year, the year before, 2022. They messed it up. Ferrari messed it up when it was on pole position. They had a habit of doing that. We discussed it ad nauseum. Don't seem to be doing it as much this year. Do you think the processes that Fred and the team have put in place have got them more efficient at pit stops?
Yeah, Fred does seem to have had quite an impact, particularly on the race team. I mean, Ferrari is obviously a big organization. There's a lot of people working back at base, but I think he's had a real impact on the team on track, and everyone says they love him and the way they work with him. He makes the time for each and every one of them, and he's kind of really rallied the troops. I think they were feeling quite insecure, and that's why I'm surprised you think he's going to be so relaxed going into this. I mean, even just getting out the car there.
The team, I don't think
maybe not, exactly.
I think for the team, there's massive pressure on the team to succeed.
I mean, that's the point I was going to come back to you on. I mean, Actually, this of all races, if you put yourself in that pit crew, it's a one-stop. You've got to get it right. You've got one opportunity more often than not. How much do they fit? Do you talk to some of the guys in the garage about that?
Yeah, it is difficult, and they know it's his home Grand Prix, and they know that twice he started on pole and it hasn't happened. So massive pressure for those guys. You know, they'll have their regime they'll go through and the warm-up and stuff, but still, there's something in the back of your mind that you're like, oh, I can't mess this up. I can't be the one that messes it up again.
And sometimes when you have that pressure of not wanting to mess it up, you almost force yourself into an error. So I think hopefully they've had a conversation this morning that's trying to calm everybody down, take the pressure down, and remember that although this is an important race, yes, things are slightly different in the pit lane, things are narrower, the speed that the car's approaching at is different. It is still just another race, and they must approach it the same way they do every single race.
It is a melee in there. It's pretty tight. It always is. One of the narrowest ones. Busy for Martin Brundle, who's ready for his grid walk. Martin, all yours.
Welcome to the grid. Decided to start at the Haas end of the grid, where the two Haas's obviously had a problem in qualifying with their illegal rear wing, but they managed to obviously adjust that and fix that. We'll have a quick chat with, there's 65 pages of celebs on the grid today. Diogo and Anthony, Martin Brundle, Sky F1, congratulations on the FA Cup yesterday for you and the team.
Thank you very much.
How did it all go?
Very well. I mean, it was the best way to end this season, and now feels good to come here as an FA Cup winner.
Yeah, and congratulations again. So what do you think of our crazy world of Formula One?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's my first time, so I couldn't pick a better place to come. It's unbelievable, the experience, and I hope I enjoy the race.
All right, well, good luck. You've certainly chosen the right grid to good. Thanks for talking to us. Well, we wanted to know, because a lot of the 65 pages of celebs and A-listers and all that sort of thing. And they all came on right from the back of the grid, from the last corner, actually. I'll see if I can... it's all right, mate. I'm in charge around here. Killian Martin Brundle, Sky F1. How you doing? I think that I think he's happy to talk, really. Okie dokie. Killian, are you up for a quick word with us on Sky? You up for a quick word on Sky?
I'm just here for the race.
Yeah, Mbappe. Yeah, of course you can do it. I think you're fast enough to beat these cars down to the first corner.
No, I'm not faster than the cars. I just want to be here like a fan and to enjoy the moment.
Well, I'll let you get on and enjoy the moment, and thanks for talking to us and your dear friend there. Right, where are we? We're on the grid. How are we doing? Let's keep mooching forward and see who else we can find down here. Obviously, I'd like to talk to a few drivers later on. They tend, especially on a hot day like this, to get on the grid, debrief, and then get out of here as soon as they can. Of course, they want to stay cool, stay out of the way of this chaos. And let's see if we can. Oh, we've got a couple of them heading back. Excuse me, ma'am. Alex, great job in qualifying, Alex. Feeling good?
Yeah. I think this race is going to be a bit like the last couple of races, just manage the graining. That's kind of where it's at. So make sure there's enough front wing in the car. It feels a bit sketchy on the laps to grid, but that'll be fine.
And what does graining mean from inside the car? Because we're going to talk about it a lot in com. What does it feel like then?
Basically, once that front starts to open up and you lose a bite, you're just stuck. You're dealing with incurable amounts of understeering. You can't really do anything. The only thing you can do is damage the rears to try to make the fronts feel a bit better, but that doesn't really work. So avoid it at all costs.
All right, good luck. Have a great race. Right. How are we doing? You good?
Hello, sir.
Ben, nice to see you.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good.
What's going on?
Yeah, all good. How are you?
Yeah, I feel really good actually.
Very
yeah.
hot.
This is one of the better grid walks of the year. We meet a lot of interesting people and even some racing drivers, incredibly. But
it's
good.
It's good. Yeah, it's very hot, like I said, and very, very busy and very tight.
And who are you cheering for today?
Today, Red Bull.
Red Bull.
They're looking after me, so yeah, Red Bull.
Yeah, well, you'll trip over Sergio Perez first, and then you'll find Max a little bit further up. But they're having a bit of a stressful weekend. They're having a bit of a stressful weekend, Red Bull, but we'll see how it plays out later on.
Yeah, like you said, so it's not always going to be perfect, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, thanks for talking to us. Cheers. Right, we'll keep wandering along. Jonathan Wheatley there, team manager of the Red Bull team. They'll be looking for some of their sub 2-second pit stops today, is what they'll be hoping for. Because, you know, if they do all have to pit at the same time, for example, I mean, it gets crazy in the pit lane. They start getting in each other's way, and if you can gain a quarter of a second, you might just be your best chance to overtake somebody. But let's see who else. Let's keep walking. We'll keep walking along, Lee, and see who we can find towards the posh end of the grid, where sometimes at the back of the grid there's like tumbleweed going through because nobody wants to be seen down there. And hello, got one of the Jonas brothers here, and I'm going to admit I could lie, I could make something up, but I don't know which one. How are you? I'm Martin Brundle from Sky, I think.
Good to see you. Thrilled to be here. Yeah. Exciting day. A little toasty, but that's why we're in shorts, you know?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm...
You always look good, though. You always look good.
Yeah, I got dressed in the dark, obviously. Good. So have you been to F1 before?
Yes. Miami, Austin, Montreal. I'm a fan. And I'm friendly with Pierre, so I hope to see a good return for him.
Pierre drove brilliantly in qualifying.
Yeah. I mean, it was unbelievable. The qualifying was so exciting. Back and forth. I mean, and Lewis, you know, he was just right there. I was really hoping for him, but it's going to be an exciting day.
All right, Joe. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Right, what are we doing? Hello. I'm Martin Brundle. How are you? Zick see, of course. So, South African rugby captain, of course. Good to see you. And who do you think is going to catch the victory today?
Well, I think Leclerc is in a strong position. As you know, it's tough to overtake here, but you never know at the start. It's all about the start well, and I think if he does start well, and you hold on to the victory.
You know your F1, and it'd be really interesting to see which tyres they choose as well, because if they have the white ones, they might lose 4 meters off the grid. Can you believe? So this is a 180 mile an hour, 300 kilometer hour game of chess today.
Yeah, I think, you know, I don't know my Formula 1 that well, but all I know that they have a strategy as a team. It's all about who's going to make the strategy. You still have to stop somewhere along the line.
Correct.
So it's all about when you make that stop. So I'm going to wish all of the drivers luck. Hopefully Max and the boys can pull through.
All right, thanks for talking to us. We're going to carry on. Have a great... Right, there's somebody else I want to talk to down here. And how are you? We're just waiting for somebody to come along. Tell us all about you while I'm just waiting for Anya.
How are you? How's everything?
Good, and you?
I'm doing very well.
Yeah, well, we're in the middle of a grid walk, but we're just waiting for somebody to come along. And but
should we take a selfie?
And can we do that in a minute? Can we do that in a minute, or just follow me? Anya, Martin Brundle, Sky F1. How are you? Lovely to see you. Welcome to the grid.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
So you got Furiosa coming up, I think, haven't you, soon? And
came out on Friday.
All right, good stuff. And you're here with Lewis. Am I right in thinking?
I'm here to support a wonderful friend and an absolute legend.
And well said. We completely agree with that. So good. First time on the grid?
First time on the grid, but I grew up watching the races with my parents, so this is really exciting.
I know. I did hear you know a little bit about Formula One, but really good to see you. And I'll get out of your way.
Thank you so much. Have a good race.
Cheers. Right. Okay. I just gotta. Excuse me, mate. I just got to get out between the photographers trying to get pictures of Anya Taylor-Joy. And, yeah. And we got Will.i.am, but we talked to Will.i.am quite a bit. We've got Mick Doohan here, MotoGP world champion, of course, multiple. Mick, how's it going? What have you learned? You live here, don't you?
I'm just up there, Martin. Yeah, quite easy. I'll go up and watch it. I'll watch you on TV.
I was going to say, what are you doing down here then if you live up there? But
well, exactly. I thought I'd just come into the mosh pit.
Yeah. So your lad he's been back to England. He's been on the sim, helping out the Alpine team, hasn't he?
He has, and apparently quite productive. So I don't know much about all that type of thing, but I mean, I think it's been a positive outcome.
All right, good. And can you get Jack an F1 seat next year?
Well, look, I certainly, we're pushing. All we can do is keep our head down, or he keeps his head down and see what happens.
Always a pleasure to meet you, Mick. Right. Who else we got? We got Jared Leto down here. He's being interviewed at the moment by by the BBC Radio 5 Live. Let's have a word with Michael. He said something lovely to me last year. Not that I'm going to approach him for something lovely again. Michael, lovely to see you on the grid yet again. I know you're a real F1 fan. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you, but my better half, unfortunately, is not here.
Oh, that's a shame.
Been doing it so long, they say, "Hi, Michael, where's Catherine?" But she's filming Wednesday right now in the series, and if she sends her best to you, she's hoping I would see you.
All right. Well, she certainly hopefully sees you on the grid walk, and lovely to see and enjoy hopefully a great race today.
Thank you too.
Yes. Right. What else is going on? We're still hoping to get a few drivers before I have to throw to the national anthem, and we'll see who else we can find of interest. See what they've got to say about Formula One and what they know, and how much they're enjoying it or otherwise. But here's the Mercedes-Benz. It's actually the first car I've seen on the grid so far as we've mooched along, and you can see the dry ice they use to keep it cool just coming out of the vents there. And actually that gives you a lovely view of the aerodynamics, doesn't it? How the air hugs the side of the bodywork. Look, even when the car's stationary, it's still got an aerodynamic. Right, where are we? Okie doke. We've got Virgil van Dijk down here, who is. Let's have a chat with him. Liverpool player, I believe. Virgil. I don't like tapping them on the shoulder. Virgil, Martin Brundle, Sky F1. Of course, I'm very happy to wait 1 second, no problem at all. Tomo, are we in your way or are you in our way? All right, the legendary, he had his 500th. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. You look like you're very calm and patiently waiting for the action to start.
Yes, yeah, I try to stay calm under pressure. There's a lot going on. This is one of the craziest races I've been to.
Excellent. Obviously you're in White Lotus. Anything new coming up for you?
Mayfair Witches on AMC, but
Which sounds terrifying.
it's very scary, but palatable. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go to as many F1 races as possible.
Oh, really? That's great. Where are we going to see you again?
Say that again?
Where are we going to see you next?
Mayfair Witches and...
No, I mean on the Grand Prix. On the Grand Prix.
I don't know, wherever I get invited to next.
All right. Well,
my goal is to get to Japan or Singapore.
Okay, Singapore will be good. Yeah. Let me see if I can talk to. Sorry, I'm in the queue. I'm in the queue like the cheese counter. Yeah. How are you? We can do it together. Are you English? Yeah. English speaking. I mean, on the. Right. How's it going? A quick word, and I'll get out of your way.
Yeah.
Enjoying the grid. First time on the grid.
Yeah. It's a really nice experience. Obviously, it was always going to be a special experience, I think, coming here because it's a whole event. But I'm very happy to be here.
It's electric down here, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's electric down here.
It is. Obviously, the weather helps a lot. Everything around it. I don't know how they cope with all the attention still. Like, what is it? An hour, not even an hour before the race is crazy. But massive respect. So let's see what kind of spectacle the race will bring.
Okay, well, let's hope it's good and hope you enjoy it. Sorry about that. Right, let's go. We've probably got 3/4 of a minute or so to the national anthem. We got a two-time world champion, Mika Häkkinen here. What about the yellow McLaren? What do you think of the yellow McLaren, Mika?
I think the delivery is great, and I think the respect for the Ayrton Senna, what he did together with the McLaren, winning a Monaco such a many times. So I think the respect, it's not only coming from McLaren, it's coming also from the partners of the McLaren, having this kind of decision. I think it's a great respect, you know.
Well, we were both lucky enough to race against him, weren't we? We were lucky enough to race against Ayrton, but good. And are you, everything good?
Thank you, Oscar. Very well. You're an exciting weekend. Fantastic, Martin.
All right. Great to see you, Mickey. You're looking good. And we're 3 seconds to go, so it's time to shut up and get to the commentary box.
Ce Grand Prix. Veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national de la Principauté de Monaco.
Now please be upstanding for the national anthem of Monaco.
Série dans tout, ou même pas vaillou. Esperi toujours a coloro se gianca, e sta l'emblema da nostra libertà. Grandi e piccoli l'ho sempre rispettato, l'amo qu'una tradition, l'amo qu'una religion, amo più per il nostro noi, me principi tout giù, e rien nous ne scangerà, tanto che se luggerà, il sempre la giunterà, e rien nous ne scangerà. Esperi toujours chez nous nostro paese, série dans tout, ou même pas vaillou. Esperi toujours a coloro se gioca, e sta l'emblema da nostra libertà. Grandi e piccoli l'ho sempre rispettato.
Well, there we go. I should imagine that focused the mind of Charles Leclerc. Can he make it third time lucky from pole position? Remember, never been on the podium here. Lando Norris starts from fourth. Let's get his thoughts. Talking to Natalie.
Pretty happy with yesterday. What about today? What are you going to do to get on that podium?
I need to overtake a car.
How are you going to do that round here?
What about that, would you? I mean, it's two things. It's start and it's strategy. So we'll do what we can. There's not a lot of opportunity. There's few opportunities, but it's about maximizing them. So we've got our plan, and we'll stick to it and do the best we can.
Go for it. Thanks a lot.
Just saw his dad, Adam, down there, and obviously he was asking what we thought of our chances for his son, but actually for Oscar as well. They're looking, or they think, that it's a 30% chance that he can get Charles off the line down to send them off.
I love Formula One. It's all about numbers, but this race definitely isn't like that, you know. But I think, yes, I think Carlos and Lando might be used a little bit in this race for their teammate to fight for the victory. So it's going to be an interesting race, lots of interesting strategies. Everyone's going to be trying to be aggressive out there, and I cannot wait to see it.
Natalie's with George Russell.
So yesterday was a positive day for you and for the team. What do you believe is attainable today, given just how hard it is to overtake it?
I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Ferrari and McLaren up front, whether Carlos is going to play a bit of a game to try and help Charles win the race, which will maybe open opportunity. We just got to be alive to that.
Have a great race. Enjoy.
The previous 69 championship Formula One races, the winners come from the top three on 59 occasions.
Hello?
If Max is going to do it, he's going to have to do it the hard way, Naomi.
He's going to have to do it the hard way. I mean, he's coming from far back, especially on a track like this where overtaking can be difficult. But as we said so many times already today, it's all about strategy as well. And he could completely, obviously from the position he's starting on, he can go more aggressive. Maybe the best option for him is to go long, just stay out there, hope for a safety car, and then maybe he can put the others under pressure.
You just know with Red Bull, strategically, they're a very good racing team like that, aren't they? They will make aggressive calls. I can see that happening today.
Yes, but it's whether Max can actually extract the maximum out of the car, because it's so on the edge. He might be told to push, and then he's in the wall because he's not able to keep it underneath him. So it's a tricky one.
It really is, and a penny for Oscar Piastri's thoughts. He was saying only the second time he's been on the front row of an F1 grid. That's the question. Can he take Charles Leclerc early? If you're going to get it done, you've got to get it done early.
Absolutely. I mean, he's had a fantastic few starts in the past few races, so I think he'll be confident about his race start. But, I mean, wow, really young driver. He's on the front row of the grid at the Monaco Grand Prix. Hats off to him. And if there's anything about Oscar Piastri, it's how strong he is mentally. So let's see what happens.
Sharp. He's got a great race ahead of him, but it's all going to happen before the first pit stop, I feel.
Okay, that's what we're thinking. He has got a huge weight of following behind him, hasn't he, here? The local boy. He so wants to get on the top step of that podium. He's on pole position. Can he convert this one? We're about to find out.
Right there, yeah, we are about to find out very soon, and we're joining us back in the box for the pre-show with myself and Megan. Josh will be joining very shortly in the box, but he's just finished MotoGP. Hello, how was MotoGP? Oh, I think Discord cut off a little bit there, but anyway, we may as well talk about some other things that have happened during qualifying, of course, Megan. We've got Alonso and Perez starting near the back of the grid. Now, that is a very big shot, but even though the grid was separated by 6 tenths per second yesterday, Alonso and Perez need a miracle if they want to get points, especially obviously with Perez being a Red Bull, and Alonso usually a good finisher around Monaco. He was going to redeem himself after last year. Doesn't look like it at the moment, but can miracles happen for Alonso in Monaco, Megan?
Only if there's a crash and it's not Leclerc crashing.
Yeah, so you want anyone to crash apart from Alonso and Leclerc, correct?
Yes. Oh, and Piastri. And
oh yeah,
Norris because he's going to have to cover Piastri. I want a Piastri or Leclerc win.
Yeah, I think we all want to protect Piastri after that one as well. So yeah, so Alonso and Perez will be starting a little bit further back than expected. It does help with the Hasses being disqualified as well. We got the threat of the safety car that'll be coming up as well, and quite a few red flags. Now, how many safety cars do you think we will get in this race?
Hello, Jess. I'm here now as well. I think we're going to see quite a couple of safety cars.
Oh, you looking dapper.
Thank you. I thought I'd put the tie on early. I think we're going to see a couple of safety cars, maybe even a couple of red flags as well coming into it. So it should be quite fun as well. I'm just going to launch into the OBS and that lot so we can actually get in.
Should I close TeamViewer now?
Yes, you can. Yeah. We're going to be in for an interesting race, I think, Jess, as well. And fingers crossed it's going to be a nice close one. But you've done excellent with the pre-show as well, everyone. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, it was pretty good as well. And also thank you to those of you that have joined us for USRN as well. We're live on USRN too. Quite a few things going on in the chat. Dionat says Ferrari's a great car, excellent drivers, but strategist is a problem. Yeah, he's actually wrong. Hopefully not here. And he also said, once a McLaren fan, always a McLaren fan, let's go papaya. Because he was rooting for Ayrton Senna as well. So there we go. Let's get our pick a winner predictions. Starting off with Josh T in the pits. Who do you think is your pick a winner?
I am going to go with Max, unfortunately. I will just a notification for what's going on at Snetterton. The F4 race has just been red flagged with 5 minutes remaining and called a result as the heavens have opened and it has absolutely downpoured rivers across the circuit, massive puddles. Race 2 is going to be fun.
And I miss it by being someone else. Me?
Yeah, but it might rain. It might rain. No, Josh T.
Oh, right.
Good luck. Good luck, Josh T, because he has to cover it with Nick Conewood. You can find that on the channel on JBMotorsports 1 at 2:25 as well. And yeah, I don't know if Omi's still in the box. Omi, who's your pick a winner?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm going to go for Leclerc.
You're going to go with Leclerc. I'm going to go with Leclerc as well.
Nice alternative. Are you going to lead us in, Jess?
Yeah, I said my prediction, Leclerc.
Oh, it's just that we're going to be ready for the race now.
Yeah.
There's only one race better than Monaco, and that is the Indy 500. How lucky is it as motorsport fans that we get both on the same day? It's round 8 of the 2024 Formula 1 World Championship, and it comes here to the Circuit di Monte Carlo in Monaco. It's the busiest harbour in the world when we go racing here. It's also one of the busiest airports, alongside Silverstone when we get here as well. Many people fly in for the start of this one, and everybody knows to win the Monaco Grand Prix is the key to immortality. It's a 2-mile circuit, elevation change of 41.96 metres, top speed over 200 mile an hour, and it is awesome. What is pinging in the Discord call as well as it comes through? Really, well, it's really annoying me, so I'm stopping that as it comes through. Inters, green, blue, wet as well as it comes in. C5, C4, C3. Here's your starting grid then for the Monaco Grand Prix, from back to front alongside us on the grid as well. Trailing in at the back of the grid after a penalty, Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hulkenberg for having an incorrect DRS train. They start at the back. Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu take up the next row of the grid. 17th for Bottas, 18th for Zhou. Sergio Perez 16th on the grid as well, not getting further up as he wanted to. Logan Sargent taking 15th. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll in 13th. It really is 2 by 2 at the back of the grid, isn't it? Alonso promoted up, but missed out on that running order. Danny Ricciardo is 12th. Esteban Ocon lines up in 11th place on the grid as well. 10th for Pierre Gasly, and Alexander Albon takes in 9th. 8th on the grid, though. That goes the way for Yuki Tsunoda. Lewis Hamilton, 7th on the track. Max Verstappen is 6th, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time this year, he's not started on pole position. George Russell lines up 5th. 4th on the grid sees Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz. And it's a family affair on the front row as we see Oscar Piastri 2nd and Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. Should be quite an interesting race. Alongside me in the commentary box is Josh T for this. Omi's in the pits, Jess has been hosting. So JT, what are you expecting coming into this madness?
I am expecting a little bit of chaos here in Monaco for Formula 1. Formula 3 had its chaos. Then it was Formula 2. That was incredible. Porsche was meh. Now it's F1. So if we follow the pattern of a little bit of chaos,
yeah,
then tons of chaos, then a little bit of chaos, not really, and then it should, if we follow that, then it should be absolutely chaotic here as well. But we're moments away from getting the formation lap underway as well.
So we should be in for quite an interesting run-up as they come into it. Jess is down there from hosting. You didn't really get your final words, Jess, because all the equipment went wrong. So what are you expecting coming into this one? Nope. Okay. Omi, down in the pits. Hello, Omi.
Hello. Yeah, so I'm expecting this to be a good race, hopefully.
Everyone's gone quiet. Right, okay, I don't know what's going on out there.
I'm here.
Right, I don't know what's going on out there, guys, but you've all gone really, really silent. Like, we can barely hear you up here in the commentary box. Omi's gone down to like 55% for some reason. Jess is 2.
Yeah, am I all right?
Yeah, and Josh T, your volume was always a bit quiet anyway. Right, there we go. I think we're quiet. We're better now.
Yeah.
Right, we've organised that.
Wow.
God's sake, everyone. Right, okay.
Means you have a naturally loud voice, which is good.
Right, okay, Jess, go on. What do you make of it?
I could start my thoughts quickly. Leclerc needs to get a good run into the first corner in order to cover off Piastri, in my opinion. I'm expecting big things from Gasly this weekend because he needs to get some great points for Alpine after Ocon a few races ago. But I'm really excited for this race to get underway. It's the start of the final day of the month of May.
I don't know if Ian Birch can hear me. Dad, can you hear me back there in race control? Are you there with your microphone?
Yeah.
Hello, what are you expecting here in Monaco? Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Okay. I'm expecting Max to come through, but it's hard to pass here, so it might cause a few little bumps and scrapes along the way. Bit exciting.
Nice to have you back as well for the big races as well. He's down there in race control. He gets to sit in a comfy chair with a microphone as well and an earpiece in. He's gone wireless this time out as well, which is going to be better. Megan's alongside us as well. Megan, talk us through the pit lane strategies for today. One stop is the prediction.
It is. I ate pre-race. Well,
yeah, go on.
Right, so starting on mediums for 29 laps, going on to hards for 49 laps. Starting on hards for 52 laps, going on mediums for 26 laps. Those are the two themajigs.
Yeah, 2 strategy calls,
That's
one
it.
or the other. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I found a new picture.
Okay, let's get Omi's thoughts on the race before we go to the start. Omi?
I think the start is going to be very, very crucial, so cannot wait for it to get underway. But yes, it's going to be interesting to see how Ferrari handle the race, of course, but I think this is going to be a very great race coming up.
Yeah, it's not just me then that's having Omi is quiet.
Yeah, Omi's fine on our side. Everyone's having issues then. It looks like there's a bit of an issue with Discord. We'll muddle through as best we can throughout this race as we'll get sorted. Looks like everything might have stabilised now, which is great news. So, here we go.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah, there goes JT now, back to his normal volume. So...
Yeah, JT's fine.
It's
Can we have a
confusing.
DC start?
A what?
Can we have a DC start?
What's DC start, Dad?
A DC start is when one of them collides over to near the bank and causes 17 others to go out.
The 1998 start. Okay.
Yeah, there's no spare cars now, so, you know.
Okay, right. Everything finally has stabilised up here in the commentary box, I'm delighted to say. So, Charles Leclerc on pole position. He's been on pole 3 times here in Monaco. He's started from pole twice. This is his second. He never took the pole in 2021 after he hit the barrier. Can he now get victory? The 2 Haas cars for DRS irregularity were kicked out. They've been allowed to start at the back of the grid.
That does explain why they were so quick.
Ferrari have had good luck here as well before. It's going to be all eyes to the lights as well here in Monte Carlo. Look or bust, Monte Carlo or bust. 5 lights on, the roll of the dice begins. It's action in Monaco. It's a good start from Piastri. It's a good start from Sainz as they count down towards turn 1. Hamilton's alongside Verstappen. That's going to end well. Russell gets up. Sainz gets ahead into turn 1. But Piastri in the second phase goes through. Sainz, I think, has got a broken front wing or something. He's scraping and it's going so slow. Sainz has a problem. He's got a puncture.
Puncture.
Sainz has a puncture and he's holding everybody up as it's Piastri 1-2 as they come through. Contact and off into the barrier goes Carlos Sainz and out of the Monaco Grand Prix already. He made contact coming out of the first hairpin of Saint-Devon. And look at the lead the 2 Leclercs have already. Norris takes up to 3rd. Russell's 4th. Verstappen's got ahead of Hamilton into 5th position. And Charles Leclerc leads at Monaco.
And here we can see Oscar Piastri following his adoptive father ever so diligently.
We're going to have a red flag. We're going to have a red flag. We've got a multi-car pile-up at Sander. We've got a multi-car pile-up.
Is that Hulkenberg?
Hulkenberg's involved too.
Joe.
Yeah, we've got a multi-car. Red flag. Race is stopped. Red flag. Multi-car pile-up at the top of Beau Rivage coming into Massenet. And the race is red flagged. So we're going to have the start procedure again. Huge accident for Sergio Perez. My goodness.
Perez.
Look at Perez. All that's left of that car is the survival cell.
Every time.
Shit, so that was caused by Sainz backing everybody up Beau Rivage and a huge accident. The track is covered.
Dad, you got what you wanted.
And that is what is left of Sergio Perez's car. Perez's car
that's a
I'm being told he has barrel rolled 3 times.
Oh, look at both his front wheels are underneath the car. That must have been what kept him up.
I knew as soon as I saw the car stop to the hill, it's Hulkenberg.
Has he crashed into both of the Hasses?
Both of the Hasses, yeah. But Hulkenberg managed to...
Oh, I know what's happened.
Constantina's.
Perez was near the back of the grid. They were coming out of the pit lane. Perez
they were on the
didn't see
track.
them.
They were on the track. They started at the back.
I thought it was a pit lane start.
No. They started in the back of the grid as well. So
I was told a pit lane start.
No, back of the grid. So red flag, Dad. That's unusual, but not that much. That started way back at Beau Rivage. That's a huge accident to end up at the top of the hill at Massenet.
Gotta note this down.
So, red flag. Jess, this is all your fault.
The curse is back, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
Sainz,
we got away with it this morning.
Sainz has got back to the pit lane without that. Okay, they're removing the cars. Everyone is okay. I'm being told. Go on, Dad.
Did we actually go through a timing sector?
Yeah, we got to sector 2, so it'll be Leclerc, Piastri, Norris, Russell, Verstappen, the running order, and it'll be another standing start at Monaco. Here it is then. So watch further back. This is going to be the action. Perez, I believe, there he is. Perez hits the barrier, comes back across the track, collects Magnussen, collects Hulkenberg, and yeah, that's just tail. Oh my God.
Show literally at the back. It's just like, what do I do?
So that was caused by Sergio Perez losing it at the top of Beau Rivage, veering off to the left of the track, hitting the barrier, bouncing back across the track, collecting Hülkenberg, and then Magnussen hits the side of Perez as well. A huge accident which has red flagged the Monaco Grand Prix on lap 1 of 78. And that was a trailblaze effect because Sainz got the punch off of Piastri. Well, JT, not the start we wanted, but another red flag in F1 2024 to join the Japanese Grand Prix.
Josh T?
We can't hear you, JT, at all. You've completely gone. Okay, okay, JT is not operational right now. We cannot hear him.
Did you see Joe at the back of the grid?
I did, yeah.
He was just like going so slowly, like he was almost stopped. He was just like, okay, I'm not getting involved in this.
Look at the back of the car from one of the Hasses.
It's like saying bye-bye.
Perez looks like he's gone through a shredder.
So, JT, what did you make of it now? Here's the race start again, Megan. Take us through it.
Right, so beautiful start from Sainz, shame about everything else. Though
Verstappen got a bad launch, sorry.
He did, though he actually collided slightly with George Russell there. Or was that Lewis Hamilton? I think that might be Lewis Hamilton, given that he's currently behind him. Further down at the back of the field, we can see the crash about to happen, I believe.
It's already happened. This is
already happened?
Yeah, with the helicopter camera hasn't picked it up. There goes Sainz, look, stopped at the side of the track with that puncture. Here's a replay from Light. We're going to get it all again, though. Great start from Hamilton. Gone up alongside Verstappen. There goes one of the RBs around the outside of Danny Ricciardo, getting ahead of Gasly into turn 1. But the two Alpines eventually just buckle out of it. There's Perez. Right, what happens with Perez? He's unstable at the rear. There we go. It's
Hello.
Yeah,
it was Magnussen's rear wheel touched the wall and sent him into the side of Perez, and then Perez spun.
Yeah. So it's Magnussen who's kicked all that off.
And then we just see Joe in the background, just like, I didn't do it.
Joe started this race in 18th, and there goes Sainz into the barrier.
Sainz should be very happy right now. He was
the red flag's out.
Yeah.
Well, it gives us a chance to get everything right up here in the commentary box. The only good thing is that we do have a red flag out. The track is going to take a bit of time to clean up, but the Indy 500 isn't starting on time anyway. So,
It's for rain.
Yeah, so we're not that bad. Oh, Sainz had an instant puncture, as you spotted there, Megan. Instant puncture.
I think an end plate must have... Yeah, medical car.
No, yeah. Medical car siren in the background there, then an ambulance in the back.
Yeah, medical car because of, obviously, it was quite a heavy G crash. Yeah. So, but all three of them seem absolutely fine.
I'm not going to like this from Perez. Watch, he's going to go up the hill, bang. Oh, my God. Jess, if you're watching that, F1 Esports, that's that type of manoeuvre, isn't it, up the hill to turn 1?
Jess is
out of the chat, right?
Watching downstairs, so can't talk.
You could see people move like shockingly back, and you can hear like I think it's the scrape of the car, like the engine.
How did F1 TV miss that?
I have no idea. They should have.
I only spotted it because I looked at the driver tracker because a double yellow came out, and I saw the 3 cars stranded at the top of the hill. Here's Hulkenberg's radio.
Are you okay, Nico? Damn it. That was unnecessary.
I agree.
Aren't all crashes?
It was unnecessary.
Yeah, that is Magnussen's fault.
Yeah, so in fairness, I'm not sure what caused Magnussen to go into the wall. That's what I want to know.
He was just trying to get the inside. Watch on board with
So stupidity.
Dad?
I think what caused them to go in the wall, now I've seen it 3 times, is the weaving, trying to stop Hülkenberg going past him by Perez. Which caused, you have a look at it again.
Oh, but with
Perez
Magnussen
starts to weave, and then that pushes Magnussen to the right, and then Hülkenberg. He's trying to stop Hülkenberg coming through on the left.
Yeah, there you go. Both weaving. The weaving again, and
it was Perez.
Perez moved across in Magnussen, but Magnussen should have backed.
Wheel.
Well, Magnussen should have backed out anyway. There's no way he could have got through there.
I think it's both of them there.
Well, that's the peril of starting at the back of the grid, and that's Perez's own fault as well for not getting qualifying right yesterday.
Joe got very lucky there that he was like that second behind.
What I want to know is, why didn't the TV directors pick that up? Because I picked it up because I saw the yellow flags coming out. And then I looked
took them a while.
I looked at the driver track and saw the cars stop there, and I thought, oh, well, this is going to be a red flag, because if the cars are stopped there, you can't get them out.
It did take them quite a while.
Things there.
Yeah.
Yeah, two things there. I mean, as Blundell just said, Martin just said, you know, why didn't, you know, they're all the experience, the three most experienced drivers on the grid at the back there, and why didn't Magnussen pull out of that manoeuvre and giving Perez room to manoeuvre to the right? I do suppose that Perez weaving, not doing his usual thing, but he may have been weaving because he wanted to pull to the right and then saw Magnussen in his mirrors, and so moved back to the left. I wonder if the nose is touched. The nose of the Haas touched the rear, and hit that, pushed Magnussen's right rear wheel into the wall, and then led to all the carnage.
I think the wheel. I think Perez's front wing, or rear wing, it must have been rear wing, touched the front left of Magnussen, which caused Magnussen to then go right into Perez.
I must admit, I'm not exactly...
Guys.
Yeah, go on, JT. You're going to have to die for touring cars soon. Go on.
Yeah, cars aren't out of pit lane yet. Who has 10 penalty points?
Oh, God.
Oh, my.
Magnussen's going to get a race back, isn't he?
Involved in that incident.
Oh, my God.
What's the next race? Hold on.
Canada. Esteban Ocon's car is up on the jacks, and they're trying to repair something from the crash at the start. Now, are you allowed to do that under red flag? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, Ferrari's going to be doing it.
Has he had an accident down at...
Yes.
Into
Of course, if Kevin gets a 3 more penalty points and has to miss a race, then that means
my God!
Ollie,
I'm sorry to kind of crush you there, Dad,
Ollie
but
Berman.
Esteban... Yeah, it would be Ollie Berman, yeah. Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly came together in all the... This is more drama we didn't see, but Ocon, Gasly squeezes him, Ocon dies on the inside of Portier, and Ocon jumps up in the air and breaks the rear suspension.
I'm going to say... What did you do? Exactly. What did you do? You don't lunge your teammate in Portier.
Red flag. The whole car is damaged now.
So both Hasses come together, both Alpines come together.
I think Leclerc should be happy that Sainz might be out.
Lance Stroll watching that, thankful that, you know, only paid drivers don't get to Formula 1. But my God, and Stroll even hit the side of gas. What is going on? Has everybody forgotten how to drive in Formula 1?
I generally think they must have. I think only the people like Albon up. Oh, James Vowles again.
Let's hear from him down in pit race control.
And will be the order that will restart.
We don't at the moment. We're in contact with race control to understand it. From our perspective, you've sort of got to take it at the last point you possibly can before you red flagged it. So we'll leave that down to them. But hopefully we remain effectively there ahead of the Alpines, which is as it finished on that corner.
Yeah, I'm sure. You came out pretty much unscathed.
Oh,
for that first
barrier's
lap,
damaged.
Which was quite the thing.
This will be a longer delay.
That was happening.
Yeah,
just
that
around
barrier's
either Logan Sargent or
I
Alex
am
Albon.
not surprised.
Yeah, fortunately, our drivers did a very good job. We saw Alex there actually having a proper real fight with Gasly before Esteban and him came together. But yeah, we walked away unscathed in a strong position on it, and in the case of Logan, good start. So
I hope you haven't got an early flight, James, because that barrier is going to take quite a while to fix, I'd imagine.
yeah, no, don't worry, I'm bedded in for the long term. I enjoy it here.
Can you enjoy Monaco Grand Prix? I know as a team principal, can you enjoy it? As a strategist, you've had very enjoyable moments over the years.
I've had enjoyable moments and some pretty disastrous moments, but no, I enjoy it here. I think we're in the south of France. The the weather's good, and it's a race that,
You're in Monaco.
we struggle to predict, which means it makes for good, as far as that goes, sport.
Monaco is.
And it's also, when you go and watch the drivers here, just go down to the swimming pool section and just watch them basically pushing the wall out of the way every lap for 70-odd laps. It's impressive. So, no, I enjoy here.
It's magnificent. What are your biggest fears today, though? Tyre graining. A lot of drivers have been talking about that. What is it, and how will it hamper the progress?
I think the biggest fears right now is we've got a
Bit
pretty...
teammates.
So when a red flag comes out, you can now have a free choice of tyres. And in our case, we start on the medium, so that does mean we can go to the hard. And can we get to the end of the race from there? So not a fear, but an opportunity, really, is a discussion point. And then fears, you nailed it. Front graining, it was there for everyone on Friday.
Restart
It'll
will be a
there in the
standing
race.
start.
Just how bad will it be, and when will it start?
I know you've got a lot of things to do, but a very brief answer. If you started on the hards, can you change to the mediums and go to the end now? You put Lewis Hamilton on a set of mediums for 67 laps, but can they do 77?
If you remember, for 67 laps, I think it was about like 30, he started calling my name in shame. It's tough to do. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think it'd be quite possible.
Thanks, James. We'll be back with you in a little while, because...
Right, so that was 3 incidents that was occurring just on that first lap. We didn't even get to sector 3. We only made it to sector 2 and we didn't even finish that completely. Actually, I think we might have. I'm not sure where they got. Though, that's 3 separate incidents, twice involving 2 pairs of teammates. I think Ferrari right now are glad that they might only have 1 car in a race, because it means that their teammate won't barrel into them.
I'm 90% convinced as Omi now joins us up here in the commentary box as Josh Tees has shot off to the touring cars that we could have done as well. Omi, what did you make of that? Well, I don't know how to say it nicely. Bedlam, basically.
It was absolute chaos at that race start, of course. It seems like they all decided to become F2 drivers for one race, with how much F2 opening lap incidents we've been having in the Australia Sprint race, and then, of course, at Imola last week as well. But yeah, I did mention this in Miami, that Magnussen might wait till Monaco to cause an incident, so then Ollie Behrman can reserve in Canada where there's no F2.
It works out, doesn't it?
It weirdly does.
Yeah.
It's under investigation by the stewards, everyone.
Wow. I'm surprised.
I thought it's just been noted.
Nah, it's under investigation.
Well, then again,
Earphones.
that scale of an accident is going to be investigated.
Whenever the Monaco Grand Prix restarts, the FIA have confirmed it's a standing start again. So we'll get another 5 lights and we'll go again.
Oh, so I don't think that's a good thing.
There's
Carlos got back pits, didn't he?
Yeah, he's down in 16th place. He is back in the pit lane. Whether or not the FIA... Because now, here's the thing. We crossed timing sensors, but we didn't complete the full lap. So we're waiting to hear whether it'll be a total restart to the Monaco Grand Prix with the original grid positions or not. Because, of course...
That would be unfair on the Williams.
Yeah, Albon's got up to 8th place. But he'll only drop a place because he's in 9th.
It shouldn't be a total.
Well, Monaco Grand Prix, that had been red flagged on the opening lap, of course, 1995. 2000. 2000 was actually red flagged due to a computer glitch.
Really?
Yeah, the computer didn't register the race had started.
Well, they must have really hated the thought of Y2K.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse because the red flag was put out, and at exactly the same time the red flag was put out for computer malfunction, Jenson Button decided it was a nice idea to tip Jos Verstappen into a spin down at the Lowe's hairpin at the time.
So it was needed.
And blocked the entire track, yeah.
At least that it was predicting it.
Literally, it was red flag. Oh, there's a car park. But the start lights, when they went out, they came back on again. So it didn't register that the Grand Prix had started.
Just like, and lights out. Joke.
It's all right. How much of a heart attack did you have when we were on the grid and the picture froze up here in the box?
Did it?
The picture froze in the commentary box. I was like,
Was I getting something at that time?
You were putting your headset on, I think. You were sorting something out on the notes and stood up.
Oh, I missed it then.
Picture froze twice. I was like,
Please no.
Yeah, okay, what does that mean? We got 56 seconds into the Grand Prix before a red flag.
56?
56.
Oh my God.
The 70th Monaco Grand Prix, of course. This is.
All that happened in less than a minute.
I must say, 70th Monaco Grand Prix under Formula 1 specification. Danny Ricciardo being given a banana.
He's opening the wrong way.
He is opening that banana the wrong way. Yeah. Ah, well, red flag chat. Isn't that always nice?
Where's the football?
We are going to be in this for a while. I'm so glad that it's going to rain in Indianapolis and the 500 might be delayed, because who knew Formula 1 would be the one? The one we wanted to go quickly, MotoGP, did. 18,000 viewers. And then, yeah, just waiting around now. Charles, I hope you crash so my... Hang on. Charles, I promised to propose to my girlfriend if you win today, no incident allowed. Charles, I hope you crash so that my sister doesn't have to marry him. Oh, that's the yeah.
So what you're saying is it doesn't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime?
Well, I'm in Kokomo now there, aren't we? I love the references to the song lyrics. Order at the restart. 16, 81, 55. It's a total restart. It is a total restart to this Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz will start third. Wow. So it's pole position for Leclerc. Piastri is second. Sainz will start third. Lando is fourth. Russell fifth. Verstappen sixth. Hamilton seventh. Tsunoda eighth. Albon ninth. 10th position for Gasly. 11th for Ocon. 12th for Stroll. 13th on the grid will be Ricciardo. 14th Alonso. 15th will be... I'm trying to work out. Logan Sargent. 16th will be Bottas. And 17th will be Zhou. So that's the order for the restart. So, unfortunately, Carlos Sainz will get a bit of a relief here. He'll go from 16th back to 3rd. Don't really agree with that.
I don't.
Let's play like Turn 1 incident under review, no further investigation.
What? What?
What?
Are you...
Oh, Lewis's turn. Winnie's there.
Oh, Winnie, hello. Hello, Winnie.
Wait, which investigation is this?
Let's get her on the flag stand, because she'll end the race early for us and get to Indy quicker. So, no further incident for lap 1, turn 1 incident. Presumably, that's Perez alongside Hülkenberg and Magnussen. So, Magnussen...
So are they...
Yeah.
Yeah. So are they just saving Magnussen now to not get a race ban?
Wait, turn 1.
I'm being told that Red Bull are not happy with that. They want that to be investigated.
I want it to be
So, Stu would say no further action for lap 1, turn 1 is involved to Perez, Magnussen, the Dane is in the clear. Anthony Davidson has Jensen button the sky
overtakes
pad.
Joe, and then he's got his teammate Hülkenberg, who he overtakes as well. So he thinks he's onto a good thing here.
Yeah, and he's caught the curve at the apex, which slowed him down a little bit, and he's trying to get the right-hand side of Checo. At this point, though,
where would you have backed out?
Well, I think a lot earlier than that.
Here,
probably here, because look at the racing line. You have to thread the needle through this section. You don't follow the road like this as you're going up the hill. So it was always going to close this gap. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to be on the outside so that when they get into turn 3, Casino, he's on the outside and he might be able to go around the outside of him through there. He also had his teammate behind Checo on the other side of him. So he's racing his teammate for 18th place at that moment in time.
We've got somewhere here a good shot of that, actually, the overhead shot before turn 1. And so, yeah, we know what happens at the front. Let's keep an eye on those, the two Hasses as they work. Here's the shot I was talking about. So at some point, you'll see Magnussen coming through on the inside. Here he is. So he's racing Hülkenberg, Perez, and he's overtaken Joe. So, yeah, like I say, onto a good thing and wants to continue that all the way up Beau Rivage. And having your teammate there on the inside, you've just overtaken him. You're in Monaco. You know that's a real, feather in your cap, isn't it? And you want to hang on to that position. So I get what he's trying to do. It's not necessarily trying to overtake Perez. It's more to secure his position ahead of Hülkenberg.
I totally agree. And yeah, maybe Checo shouldn't have come over as much as he did, but it's going to happen in Monaco. And you've got to be ready for everything on this type of street circuit. When it looks like a little snake up the hill, but obviously you go straight up the middle because you're straight lining it. It's so dirty.
You're on that side. You want to try drawing the line? Show where the cars go? Yeah, go on.
If you go from here.
Where's your line up there?
For him?
Yeah.
That way.
Yes,
like that.
Exactly. Well done. You want to
actually, it looks like he should have had enough room now, but
It should be more to the right. It's just my finger's not very straight, obviously.
Let's give it another go.
Right, I'll have another go.
Another go.
I reckon that.
There we go. Look, yeah, racing line.
Nice.
You're clipping both points.
You should
aren't
use the
And you
wiggly
know
line,
that.
Anne. That's
If
the
you're
one
this
below.
driver on the inside, you know where the driver to your left is going to likely go, and you can see the snake of cars doing the same thing.
Yeah, Checo's following the car in front, and he probably doesn't even know he's there, because you wouldn't expect a car to be there.
Let's
still.
have a look. Let's keep an eye on where he's looking. So obviously, you know, the driver's got very good awareness. They have that sixth sense about them, as we know. And this is Perez into turn one. It's a bit of a traffic jam. He got Bottas on the right-hand side. And that's interesting as well, actually. He backs out a bit there. He does have a space. There's a car in front of him. He could have well joined that gap and been right behind the car in front of him. But he doesn't. He chooses to back out because
Jump in behind.
Yeah. And also to avoid that pinch and possibly ending up in the barrier. Right, where's he going to look? I'm keeping an eye on his head. Ah, he does. Actually, he does look, doesn't he?
He does look, yeah.
He's constantly looking in the mirror there, so he does know he's there.
Which is strange.
Does that change anything?
A lot. I just don't. But you still wouldn't want to push someone into the barriers there.
So he does give a look, and then I think he probably feels like he's comfortable
moves
with that.
in.
He's going to stay ahead of him.
Twist
So that's
that
the
wheel.
last point he's looking, and he kind of moves
He tried
left
to
at the same
defend.
time. So he's looking right, and then he gives himself a bit more space there. Probably feels like he's going to out-drag him on the way up. And so he's not looking from this point on, and then the contact happens there. But he knew he was there. He knew he was definitely there, but maybe not coming up as quick as he was.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
That he knew he was there, and he didn't move to the left a little bit more. So you would say horrible impact. And because you're going at such a high speed there, you end up sort of 300 meters after the incident.
Can't believe the damage it's done to the car and also to the barriers, and that's why we're waiting around for such a long time. This could be a pretty lengthy red flag because they have to fix the barriers. They have to build the circuit back to the way it was homologated so it can be signed off by the FIA. So I don't know if we've got any more clips here. So yeah, we've done, we can see Hulkenberg's point of view. And this is an interesting one because you're going to see his teammate overtake him, and that's why he's saying it was unnecessary. He'd done the job already. He had overtaken me. So there's nowhere that Hulkenberg could go here.
Hulkenberg touched the back of Perez anyway.
And then loses ground to Perez a little bit, and there he's straight in the brakes. Thinks he's got away with it and gets clipped.
He almost got through, didn't he?
Almost.
He would have been pushing his foot so far through the floorboards at that point, trying to get past the incident. But it's a real strange one. You got to say that both guys probably should have given each other more room. Always the way. Is it a racing incident? It kind of is. When you look at that, Checo knew that Kevin was there. Maybe should have given him a little bit more room. But if a car's coming to the right at that point when I'm doing 140 miles an hour, I back out.
You have to.
I would have backed out.
Like I say, you have to have that sixth sense about you, and also you've got to be there at the end of the race because you never know other people are going to crash, and you can gain points from that. This is an interesting one with Sainz at the start. So Piastri obviously to the left, and he gets a good getaway. He thinks he's got it done here, doesn't he? And then Piastri really, I would say, brave.
Yeah.
Desperate, hangs around the outside, and the two of them make a bit of contact here, and that's where the puncture comes from for Sainz. In that one moment, I want to go back on that one actually. It's a really interesting move because right there, many drivers on the outside might have given up a little bit because he feels like I've lost this position.
If we weren't racing in...
Sorry, race will resume at 15:44 local time, 15 minutes time.
Because you can't just put a car into the wall. So that's why he's given Oscar room.
Yeah, so he's tried to give him room. The car bounces
and there's
over
the contact
curb,
there.
And it wasn't intentional.
No.
From either of them, it wasn't intentional, but
What
unluckily
is
for
it?
Carlos,
See,
he's the one
this
that's
is
ended up with a
why
puncture.
Leclerc doesn't adopt cars.
And Oscar was as close as he could be to the wall. He actually looks like he's in the wall when you look at it from Carlos's view.
Going back to original grid positions, is that a get out of jail card for
Yes.
Sainz?
Yeah.
It very much is, isn't it?
Why?
So,
and how
I
do
don't
you
agree with it.
how do you approach the restart if that same situation happens again? Great.
Push him into the wall. No, we're not going to do that. The one I want to see is Norris. So you haven't seen this one before Crofty jumped to us. So, looking to the right. He gets a better start than Oscar, actually.
He cuts off
the inside
Russell.
immediately, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's had such a decent start. He covers the inside. And actually, yeah, we'll just go back and see that contact. It's a
I
better
noticed
view
that
to watch
contact
this,
immediately
isn't it?
with the sparks.
That's why I wanted to see this shot from Norris.
They got way too close.
That really got tight, didn't it? There was no more room that Oscar could give himself on the left-hand side, running it right up against the barrier.
That one was Carlos's fault.
Immediately, Lando knows that he's got a problem because you see the sparks coming from the
He wants
floor.
to be adopted.
So he knows he's got a puncher.
You can see
You see it in a couple of seconds.
JB saying the same thing as me.
Well. So yeah, he would have sensed that straight away.
There, look at the sparks.
Yeah.
Immediately, he's got a lot of puncher, and he's backing
out
off a little bit. Yeah, he knows that something bad could happen right here.
That's interesting. So even though he knows the car has clearly got damage, probably a puncture, he's still not being too desperate in the straight line trying to overtake.
Yeah,
good move.
Because no one can overtake him.
Impressive stuff from Norris there, I'd say. So yeah, that's all we got. I think that was our longest Sky Pad hit ever.
Thanks, guys. Race will resume 15:44. They have done a brilliant job of repairing the section of barrier here inside an hour. So we are going to restart this race in around about 12 minutes' time. It will be a standing start. And we're going to see what's going to happen as well. Megan.
Did you see that some of the shrapnel or debris, don't know exactly how to phrase it, actually got through the barrier?
Yeah, it did. It went through the inside. Ted's down at Alpine.
Bruno Famin will be, I'm sure, after the race, having an extremely stern word with Esteban Ocon, and it's his car that's come off worse. It's his car you saw on the stands in the garage, and it's his car, crew of mechanics, who are hoping those people fixing the barriers are going to take as long as they can, because the more time they've got, the more time they've got to finish the car. I think the car will be finished, and it looks like, from what I can see, the mechanics are just about finishing up the job on Ocon's car. There we see the debrief starting at Red Bull as Sergio Perez comes back. His car is not repairable. Sorry for stating the obvious. And again, to state the obvious, Carlos Sainz just passed me in the pit lane, Crofty, with the look of a man who knows that he's had a second chance at the Monaco Grand Prix. You know, in life, Crofty, when you make a boo-boo and you think, oh, I wish I could just redo that bit of my life again and rewind 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, and I wouldn't do that. That's Carlos Sainz today. It must be quite satisfying in a strange kind of way. I tell you who's going to be annoyed that the order is as it is Lance Stroll. He was up 3 places to P10 in the order. In fact, both Aston Martins benefited from all the chaos. Alonso was up a couple of places to P12, so they shall be most put out, I think,
In
if they could
fairness,
shuffle back down their starting order.
Is he gonna change that much? I mean, no.
Alexandra St. Mielax there, Charles Leclerc's his partner, watching on.
Josh.
Hello. Yes, JT. Hello. What are you doing here?
Hello. Still, they cannot race at Snetterton due to the amount of massive puddles, which are
2 seconds.
maybe already.
Is everybody okay?
Everybody is fine. Carlos had a puncture.
That's not all. That's not what happened. That caused the red flag. Let's hear from Oscar Piastri, P2 on the team radio replay.
Check the floor on the right side. Had some contact. Is everyone okay in the crash?
I believe everyone is okay.
Okay, let's go back then to Lando Norris in 3rd place on the radio replay.
Is everyone okay?
Everyone's okay. Quite a few cars are out.
And George Russell. That's it on the radio replay as well. So, JT, I take it even at Snetterton, we're in a delay as well.
Yes, at the apex of Agostini, a quarter of the bollard is underwater, so a little bit of a
2
delay
seconds.
as well.
Red flag, keep Delta positive. So staying in the fast. Told you guys.
You.
That's because he had a bad start and got lost out to Verstappen. It's involving Ocon and Gasly is under investigation for causing a collision, and that is Albon back in. So I take it, JT, that even the touring cars are now in a rain delay. So basically, everything that we wanted today is not going the way we want it to.
It will be a standing start.
Well, I told you that 40 minutes ago as well,
Yeah.
coming into it. JT.
So, yeah, it's.
So
There's
what have you
blocked
gone
drain
live?
up at Brundle and Nelson,
Yeah.
where they've had to get a tractor out
Oh, right.
with a water tank on the back of it and put the water in the tractor, take it onto the grass and pour it out, rinse and repeat. So that's in a delay. And rant time.
Oh, go on.
Why? K-Mag.
Yeah.
First, why? Second, why? Third, you should get a race ban for that. Fourth, you are lucky because of the lap 1, turn 1 / uphill rule. But 2 Alpines, they're going to be starting alongside each other. And
Let's hear
Carlos
from him.
Sainz
Let's hear from
got
K-Mag.
flashback
Can you
IRL.
just give us your take on what happened?
Yeah, from my point of view, I had a good part of my front on Perez's rear, and when he went to the wall, I just got pushed into the wall and made contact with him, and I trusted that he was gonna leave a space, for me, since I was there, and it's not a corner that you're breaking into. It's just like a little bend on the straight, so you have to have a car with, otherwise you leave the guy no option. So yeah, it's unfortunate. It's a lot of cost for the team, a lot of work for the guys, and a missed opportunity today, of course. But yeah.
Do you expect it to be fully investigated? Do you expect to be called to the stewards?
I don't know. I think it's something they'll look at, of course. It's a big crash, and we'll see how they look at it. But from my point of view, I was there and I got squeezed to the wall. So yeah, I don't know how they're going to look at it.
Horrible end to your race. I'm really sorry. Kevin.
Albon has a potential pit lane start because on the radio he said, "I have no tyres." I think that's a major design flaw, but
what tyres are going to put on him?
I don't know. Formation, I'll give you a lap. No. He might be okay, but I'm not sure he has the tyres for it.
Okay, well, we'll restart this one. JT,
I'm bored down here.
Say again, Dad.
I'm bored down here. I've been playing that game, where you look in the crowd and things like that, and where the camera is going for identical twins. There was 2 Rascas with Alpine hats on. There was 2 women up near the Royal Box, and of course, then there was those 2 blokes that were doing the
banners,
the analysis on the thing. Ant and Jensen.
Yeah.
They were identical twins, just one smaller than the other. And then just now there was 2 on the balcony, one with a Ferrari and one with a Mercedes jumper on. And the only other thing I've noticed is that there was a call went out for Mr. Perez to go to see Dr. Marco at room 12.
Me and Megan just realised that we haven't got our milk.
We'll just have a glass of milk each.
Yeah. I don't think I'm really in the stomach mood to down a whole milk before going to the Coca-Cola 600. I think a glass of milk.
Yeah, a glass of milk will do this year.
You pass over
I'm having
the Dr. Marco one for a glass of milk.
Yes. Yes.
I need to snooze.
You alright?
Yeah.
JT, have you gone on air then? Or are you waiting to go on air?
He's gone.
Oh.
Yeah, he left.
That does not look like a Christian Dior hat, does it?
No, it does not. And one of the Red Bull fans holding their ticket. Waving. Hello.
She's Max Verstappen fan.
Looks very familiar as well. Maybe we've seen it on the coverage throughout the weekend. I'm not too sure. Right, let's catch up with the chat as well. Crazy start. Rain is heading to Indy, says Adam as well. It was a hot NASCAR Xfinity Series race yesterday in Charlotte. How was it, Adam? And Adam says Josh looks incredible. Thank you. I've put the tie on because I thought that we might have a delay. So then I just have to put the suit jacket on by the time we get to the race later.
Well, I've got 2 suits in here hanging up.
Yes.
And they both belong to you.
Yep, I've got more than I did think about the velvet jacket, but we might need that for Vegas. Kobe, hello Kobe. Have a great day, JBM crew. Keep up the excellent coverage. Thank you, Kobe. Enjoy the Indy 500 pre-race show, and of course, then enjoy working on the Coca-Cola 600. I hope you're on the text for that today, the text chat, Kobe, because we have that up here in the comms box. SHT's here as well, saying this is probably the craziest race start in Monaco since 2012. Yeah, it probably is, actually. And who else have I got through? Dio Nat says, car, boom in Monaco. Jess says, looks like I'm not doing the post-show. Yep.
What's a pit limiter?
60 kilometres an hour, which is here, I think.
No.
50 kilometres an hour.
Lance, if you can just turn off the pit limiter for this one, just turn it off and we'll sort it out later.
Did JT go on here then for British Touring Cars and he's having to waffle? I feel for him if he's having to waffle.
Let me check what he's up to.
Did he?
3 minutes.
No, we didn't. No, thank God for that.
Very good.
Hey, look at that! The old FIA Monaco, the old FIA Formula 1 logo. Wow, that board's been around since the 1990s. That's it, Natalie with Hulkenberg.
Got kicked on the rear axle by Checo, who obviously had contact with Kevin, and yeah, lap one, I think typical race, lap one racing accident. Two drivers that both didn't want to bail out and didn't give enough room on a tight track like Monaco, and I was the unlucky victim there, and just bad timing, wrong spot, wrong time. But that's obviously, not great to have both cars out.
So you don't expect the stewards to take any action?
I don't know, I'm not saying that. I don't know what they're going to do. We'll see.
Really bad luck today, I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Hamilton just said something to Bono about a hole. I don't know what... Wait, what's he keeping?
I'll tell you what, though, we've got...
So weird.
Underneath my commentary notes here in the commentary box, as the race is going to restart in 2 minutes' time, and Esteban Ocon is out of the Grand Prix. He can't do it. Esteban is out. Jeans. Yeah, so they've not been able to repair that car.
Is he just leaving?
Yeah.
He's not even going to stay.
Oh. We've got 4 pieces of information up here. Oh, and there's the man who might be replacing him next year, Gabriel Mini. And Omi, he had a great weekend here. Didn't he win in one of the races in this weekend?
He won today.
Fantastic.
Jess is asking, what shall I do with USRN if race doesn't finish before 4?
I can tell you it won't.
It definitely won't. Tell her, ask her if there's any way that she can leave it on, and if not, by that time, I don't know.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
I don't actually know. I suppose your laptop has got USRN, hasn't it? So I'll pop in.
I don't believe so. No,
I don't know.
I don't think you've ever used my laptop for that, so no. Also, why is everyone turning a pit limiter off? A pit lane limiter?
Because they don't need it calling out the pit lane.
I don't know what one is.
All cars overtake the safety car.
What is a pit limiter?
Megan, the pit limiter is the one when you press as you're coming into the pits to put the engine speed to a certain number of revs and to reduce the miles per hour.
So it's like putting it on automatic.
Yeah.
Like auto drive.
Introduced after the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, after Alboreto came out the pit lane and one of his rear tyres fell off, flew down the pit lane and hit 3 Ferrari mechanics.
Were they okay?
A broken leg, I think, a couple of them. But honestly, that weekend changed so much in Formula 1 30 years ago. Restart then for the Monaco Grand Prix. All cars to overtake the safety car. We are under safety car conditions, but this is effectively a formation lap then for the Monaco Grand Prix to restart.
1994 sounds evil.
It was. And, well, Ian Birch was watching back then as well. And I seem to remember Kellyanne. Me and Kellyanne was actually talking about that, our eldest sister, when I was at Donington. I got back after that race day. And I was talking about Senna and all that on walking the track, and she said she remembers watching the crash happening and looking to Dad and asking if he'd be okay. And she said, Dad, that you said that he would, it looked serious, but he possibly would be okay. And then apparently you or Mum told her later on in the day that he died.
Was she traumatised
yeah, well,
by
the
this?
last thing you do after your 2 elder children had loved watching downhill skiing, and the lady of something, Garrett Meyer or something, was killed in front of them live on TV. The last thing you want to do is to turn around and say,
Another one.
Your son is dead.
I kind of remember Jules Bianchi in this crash.
I got told that Jules was dead by Dad, that he died. Obviously, I was commentating on the crash that happened, but
I don't remember who
he didn't die until July.
A lot of people
as well, and
didn't
Dad
realise
told
that
me.
Jules was actually involved in the crash.
Yeah, they
until
didn't.
we saw a part of his car sticking out from behind the JCB.
I think we picked
or whatever.
We saw that, didn't we, Dad? When we were commentating, and then we looked at the driver tracker that we had in the box, and we saw that he was stationary there. We didn't know the severity of it until after the red flag. Zhou Guan Yu's very late, by the way. He's just at the Nouvelle chicane, and Leclerc's coming up to the grid. So Norris on the radio as well. What's going on here?
Tyre information, Lando. The
I've just
Ferraris
found
are
another
hard.
two.
Mercedes Verstappen are on the mediums.
The two front drivers, Charles and Oscar, they're identical twins.
Yeah.
They're father and son.
We might be having another one here. Right, it's time to put that stool away to the back of the commentary box. Hope they don't have to drag it out again in about 30 seconds' time.
Charles looking back saying, "You're good, son."
I got
Second time.
Go on.
I was predicting it the last time to be a DC start. It nearly was. Right, this one will be a yellow flag.
Here we go then. Start number 2 to the Monaco Grand Prix. 2, 3, 4, 5. Action again in Monaco. It's a better start this time from Carlos Sainz. Piastri shuts the door on him. Russell this time can't get ahead into turn 1. Leclerc leads. Piastri second. Sainz now takes ahead of Lando Norris. Compose into third position. Russell side by side going up the hill. Now do they make it through this time, Beau Rivage? All cleanly and safely? I think they do. Into Massenet they go. Leclerc leads. Piastri, Sainz, Norris. Then comes Russell, Verstappen. Hamilton still down in positions. A little bit of drama further back though as we come into Mirabeau for the first time. Down to the Lowe's Fairmont hairpin, and Piastri is all over the back, but it's status quo at the front, and Verstappen nearly gets taken out by Hamilton, who's coming in a bit too late down to the hairpin, and that's Ricciardo trying to go around the outside of Alonso.
That was quite a close one there, Phil. I can just hear what Carlos Sainz is saying right now in his head. Oh, so this is what this part of the track looks like.
Yeah, he hasn't been here for about, 45 for an hour, maybe, since he went to the grid the first time around. 48 minutes since the last start. Russell's coming to the inside line of Lando Norris there as well. Can he have a little look into the back? No. So Leclerc actually got a decent start, Omi, and now the race is on. But Verstappen, crucially, did not get ahead of Russell. That's something that didn't need to happen at the start. Ricciardo's dropped down to 13th.
Absolutely. Indeed, Ricciardo dropping down there as well, but great stuff by Leclerc. He's already trying to pull a gap, but then they're all in a bit of a train. Verstappen now needs to try and fight his way past Russell as well, and Norris is going to be in there, so a great start to the Monaco Grand Prix for the second time.
We're actually running this time, and now we start lap 4 of this race as well, so we're now properly underway in Monaco, and now the strategy starts, because onto the hard tyre has gone Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz and Norris. Russell's gone on to mediums, so has Verstappen and Hamilton. They started the original race on the hard tyres, as DRS has been enabled by the steward. Tsunoda from mediums to hards, the same as Albon, medium to hard, and then looking down, Gasly, Stroll and Alonso go from hard to medium. Ricciardo, medium to hard as well. Bottas, hard to medium. And then Sargent, hard. So Sargent's the only driver in the field who hasn't changed tyres. Zhou's gone from medium to hard tyres as well.
Honestly, I don't see why people have changed tyres.
Yes, they wanted an alternative strategy and it gives them what's best, but now we've got a real train here. Is it me or is Verstappen struggling to catch up here to Russell on that start? He's now dropping back massively, and Russell's actually keeping up with the two Ferrari and the two McLarens.
Hamilton, do your job, catch up. You're good at catching up to Verstappen.
Through the swimming pool section we go, into the La Piscine, the chicane, which translates to the swimming pool, then into Rascasse, and into Anthony Noakes. It's still status quo. DRS is activated. Piastri's going to hold second position as well as they come down to the first corner at Saint-Devote once more. Lap 5 of the race. Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz, Norris, Russell, the top 5. Russell on medium tyres is the one at the disadvantage here. So is Verstappen and Hamilton. They're going to have to stop earlier than those on the hards. The top 4, Megan, now they've effectively got a free pit stop. You heard James Vowell said they're going to try and eke this out to the end of the race.
They are going to try that, so let's hope that works out for them. Fastest lap is now Piastri's. Race leader is obviously Charles Leclerc, and the current gap between Verstappen and Russell is 1.5.
Yeah, Omi, it does not look good here for Verstappen. We haven't really seen Verstappen stuck in traffic as we take a look at the start once again. Megan had the first, so Omi, you take this one.
Yeah, great getaway for Charles Leclerc. Much better than the first one, of course, as well. Piastri able to just about cut across Sainz. So Sainz didn't have a go. Then also Norris was able to go around the outside of Sainz or attempt to, and then Sainz was just able to run him out. Verstappen there trying to get past Russell, but he wasn't able to do so. But all of them, luckily, this time were cleanly through the opening lap.
Megan.
Yeah.
Zoning out there.
Yeah, just transfixed by watching all of the cars.
Alonso got a pretty decent getaway. There's the empty space where Ocon should have been. We're down to 16, but Alonso got ahead of Stroll. Stroll had a little wiggle on and then locked up and nearly hit Gasly into turn 1.
Let's be grateful for round 2 didn't issue.
Yeah.
It's Valtteri Bottas' start. And going round by Ricciardo, I believe that was. And then there's Yuki.
He almost went into neutral, it sounded like, from Valtteri there. It was another close. Oh, hello.
Oh.
Time reversal there. Yuki was wobbling a bit around that corner. Don't know why.
Verstappen is 5 seconds back. Verstappen is really, either he's saving his tyres or there's something more wrong because the Ferraris and the McLarens are out front here. And look at that. Fast lap for Leclerc, 121.9. Here's Russell.
George, no need to stick this close to Norris. Just manage these tyres at this stage.
Right, so if Russell...
This is the only opportunity.
So
got a point.
Right, if Russell's doing that then and saving the tyres, I must assume that Verstappen is doing the same thing. If Russell's being told that they're both on mediums, that's what Verstappen's doing. He's saving his tyres. The guys at the front, they're on hards. They can go until effectively lap 50.
They can. So they might not even stop.
Yeah, they don't need to, do they?
If they... Leclerc might not.
Leclerc in a Ferrari in Monaco. Pit stop drama kind of happens a little bit too much to them, doesn't it?
Exactly. I won't stop.
Lando was a bit slow out of La Rascasse. Down the straight we go then. Well, after a dramatic start in Monaco, we've gone into a bit of a race here. For the first time in 2024, we have not got Max Verstappen dominating out front. Leclerc, Piastri and Sainz and Norris now starting to control this race. Is it time for Piastri or Leclerc? Can Leclerc win on home soil? Can Piastri win as an adopted home soil, but his first ever Grand Prix? Carlos Sainz can win for a second time this year. We're still trying to keep an eye out, but actually, Lando's backing up as well. He's dropped 3 seconds back to this little fight as we go through the hairpin.
He might be trying to either A, save his tyres, or B, get as much time away from Verstappen to give maybe Piastri a chance at winning. Here's Piastri, actually.
You do see the impact of the damage. It looks like the aero balance is sensible at least.
And that was going to...
So that was very, very early in the race.
Yeah.
Lap 1 incident involving Sainz and Piastri has been noted for causing a collision. That's come up very late on our timing screens up here in the box. I'm surprised. Now, why did that come up under the red flag?
Honestly, we haven't seen anything from Magnussen yet.
No, nothing official saying it was him, have they? So maybe they're going to take the time on that one. All we got was lap 1, turn 1 incident under investigation. Just keeping it through then. Lando's starting to come out. So Piastri racing with damage, but that's not so bad here in Monaco. We remember Danny Ricciardo won here in 2018 with half a power unit.
Thanks,
so Russell.
Let me know if you want me to manage everywhere or just 3, 4, 5. If I continue at this pace, we're going to open a pit stop for them.
Yeah, Russell's right. Russell's right. 10-second time penalty for Esteban Ocon for causing a collision, but he's out of the race anyway. So effectively...
What are they giving the time penalty to? His non-existent lap?
Derek Warwick very much... What was that for? Derek Warwick, that should be a grid penalty at least if you can't serve it there, Omi. I think Derek Warwick is very much out of it at the moment.
Wait, so you're telling me Ocon got a time penalty for getting thrown up in the air by his teammate?
And yet Magnussen, who caused a multi-car pileup, got away with it scot-free. Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, it's a bit fishy, all that, as a passing the harbour.
Doesn't that mean that he'll have to serve a grid penalty at the next race because he can't serve it?
I think that's right. It's, what, 5 places minimum?
Something like that.
But Omi,
yeah, I seem to remember it happening to Bottas.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, when he was back at Mercedes. I don't know if I remember that.
Yeah.
Omi, did anything happen in F2 and F3 that was a bit weirder than the stewarding department? Because I know when I left F2, there was a couple of interesting procedures.
Yeah, there was a few interesting stuff, but now I can't remember all of them. But Piastri is dropping a little bit away from Leclerc, and that's allowing Sainz to try have a go. So we could have a battle for second. Sainz, of course, who tried to make a move last year, but ended up damaging his front wing up against Esteban Ocon.
And Sainz has just got a 1:20.272. He set the fastest lap of the race so far, so he's controlling the pace ever so slowly. Verstappen now is 9 seconds back to Charles Leclerc, but 1.9 back to Russell. So, and Hamilton too has backed up, so much so that Yuki Tsunoda and Alexander Albon, the two inside the top 10 on hard tyres, is right up behind him as we see Leclerc, Piastri and Sainz, the little family unit going through the tunnel down to the Nivelle chicane, and everything just feels a bit status quo at the moment. They're not wanting to risk it this early in the race. 70 laps to go here at the Monaco Grand Prix. There's Carlos Sainz Sr., the two-time World Rally Champion. Carlos Sainz's father, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
What gave it away?
I think it might have been the senior.
Yeah. Anyway, Junior's not doing too bad out there today, despite the fact he got saved big time by that red flag. Yeah. I don't know.
To give him that 10-second penalty, or maybe they could have reconsidered a penalty for the next race in Canada.
Right, so Ted's saying the same thing as what you were saying, Dad. Lap 1 is involving Sainz and Piastri, who's been reviewed. No further action. So it looks like that there could be a penalty for Ocon coming in Canada next time out for not being able to serve this one here. We'll keep you updated with that. Piastri's faster than Leclerc, but the gap's still remaining 0.8 of a second. So the Monaco train continues. There's confirmation of no further action from the stewards for Sainz and Piastri here for that collision on the opening lap. And now Monaco settles into its usual single file route. Not a cloud in the sky. What's weather conditions like over in Indianapolis, I wonder? As I have no idea why JT's talking. Because he's not, what is he I don't know. JT, can you hear me?
I think he's talking maybe to Nick.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, right, okay. Nick and him are in the box waiting to go live. Okay. I was wondering who they were commentating with then. Yeah. Because I've got JT up here on the Video Ninja, the Comcam, where they can see me and Megan up in the comms box, and I was just wondering why he was talking to himself when he can't hear him. Anyway, lap 10. Look, there's what I'm real about. Look, there's Verstappen, along with Albon and now Gasly, all within inside a second of Hamilton. Hamilton has been backing up too much, so it's becoming the Hamilton train. In fact, Russell has dropped back so much that the top 4 in a different postcode.
Then again, Verstappen's not much better.
No.
2.1 gap to Russell.
Here's Verstappen's radio.
I'm not entirely sure why Russell's going so slowly. He's just giving them a free pit stop gap eventually. But, yeah, keep it there for the moment.
So
what,
basically,
2 seconds back?
Yeah, basically, we're going to blame Russell here in case you decide to have a go at us later for trying to save the tyres because we put you on mediums when you're on hards that could have gone the same distance. So why they've decided... Anybody who decided to put mediums... Lewis has just said, F, I have a jump and a skip.
A skip rope?
No idea. Did he jump over there?
Hopscotch.
Yeah. Has he jumped over one of these sausage curbs at some part of the track?
I'd be impressed that he managed to keep it up.
We're happy with this for now. He's come through on the AI radio transcriptions though. And this is Lewis Hamilton to the Nivelle chicane. Looks okay to me. Lots of debris flying around that's been pushed around the track as well from other racing series as they try and come in together. Lap 11 of 78 then. Piastri 7/10 now off the back of Charles Leclerc as we take a look then at Lily, who's the partner to Alexander Albon and of course a professional golfer in her own right. She was on the Netflix golf special with the F1 drivers back at Las Vegas and absolutely laughed at how poor Alexander Albon's skills were. Let's hear from George Russell.
I recommend about 3 seconds in the pocket here. Just tootling around currently.
So, George, at this stage, we gain nothing from driving faster.
I mean, apart from positions, in all honesty.
So, they have just told a racing driver, don't race.
They're all on strike. Let's go slow. It's all go slow at the moment.
What are Mercedes thinking? Do you know, it's not the drivers, it's not George and it's not Lewis who are messing up the team and not winning races. It is the team themselves giving George and Lewis such awful orders, and no wonder Lewis has left.
Also, I can see on YouTube that the touring car stream has started.
Oh, brilliant. So they're going to get going.
I feel really tense here.
Yeah.
Only a half-hour delay to the touring car schedule. That's not too bad out there. What were you going to say? Try to start the rotation earlier at turn 7 and 8. I have no rotation car on power. So Ricardo's got problems on getting power out of that car.
Why is Alex so concerned with what Lewis is saying?
Because Albon's in 9th and we've got Lewis in 7th. And don't forget, they're close together on the track. Look. About, what, 1.5 seconds, Hamilton and Albon, so they're close together. So if Hamilton's backing off, Albon has the pace to go forward. Basically, we're just waiting. We're playing chicken.
We're waiting to see which one pits first.
Yeah. We are literally playing chicken here. Looks like it's going to be it's going to be Bottas, isn't it?
They have nothing to lose, so.
Yeah. Bottas will go into the hard A-firm entry +1, brake balance +1. So it's Bottas who's going to come into the pit lane and change to hard compound tyre. Makes sense. As they push out through the tunnel. Is it me or is Sainz starting to drop back now? Yeah, look at that. Sainz is 1.3 behind Piastri, and Piastri's challenging Leclerc. 5/10. Okay, race on our hands here.
It's like when the younger lion challenges the older lion.
Piastri and Leclerc are not too dissimilar in age, I must point out.
Yes, but they are adopted father and son.
Coming into this one as well. I must admit, they've got to be so careful. Leclerc does not want to lose this Grand Prix, but Piastri, yes, they've been laughing and joking, but he wants an opportunity to win his first ever Grand Prix, whether or not it's going to be him or not. Look at that, Piastri was a 1:18.745. Leclerc's last lap, 1:19.017.
He's giving me the shark from Jaws vibes.
Oscar Piastri is closing in once more. This is what we like to see in Formula One, the give and take. As Piastri slides in through the barriers, down now into Mirabeau. There's Norris. Here we go, back through. Is Martin Brundle still in the commentary box? I'm hearing Anthony Davidson an awful lot in the back of my ears.
I heard him too.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Martin.
What's happened to Martin?
I don't know. I think he's still there. He's just Ant's the Skypad, isn't he? So he's just all he's doing is just butting in like I do.
Oh, I was going to say Martin Brundle's only done 3 races this year so far. This is his 4th and 8th.
Martin's back.
Yeah. Oh, good. I was worried in case, because of course it was Monaco in 2016 when he had that little heart attack.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and he had to have a little bit of an operation, so I was just hoping he's okay. It's a very small commentary box in Monaco, and I've been reliably told they do get quite hot quite quickly, because it's all metal, the commentary box is, so they heat up incredibly quickly.
I have a weird pain on this side.
Do you want me to remove the pillow?
No, but it's helping me.
Oh, okay. I'm glad to put that pillow back on now.
I might take this off, actually.
Yeah, it's getting warmer in here. Here, give it to me.
Yeah, I'll just put it on
the
chair. It's restricting.
Ladies and gentlemen, Megan is now wearing normal clothes for the first time this weekend. No coats in the commentary box. Lap 1 is involving Sainz and Piastri, no further action. That was on lap 10. Just flashed up again on my timing screen. Is Piastri going to go for a move here? Look how close he is, coming out of Portier too, down through the tunnel. 4/10 of a gap at the moment as he comes into it as well. So are we going to see a little move coming in to Nouvelle Chicane?
There we go.
Yeah, he got a little bit close. What do you think then? What do you think, Amy? Is he going to make it, or is he just going to back off? Look, he's lost 4/10 now coming through it. Is that better?
I need to go tougher on it.
Megan's got a shoulder pain. What do you think then, Amy? Is we going to see Piastri is now a second back? That's a big lift and coast.
We need to, but it seems like it's just ebbing and flowing. Sainz is getting inside 3/10, then going out a bit more behind. So he's got to be careful that Leclerc, but he's also got to keep an eye on Sainz. So Ferrari have a little advantage. They've got 1 car ahead, 1 car behind.
Yeah, they've pincered Piastri here as they go up Beau Rivage towards go towards Massenet. Crack your neck. And they can't, so you have people sat down wearing a headset for an hour. So as they come back into the hairpin, Fairmont. Oh, Sainz nearly into the back of Piastri. Got his braking just a little bit wrong there. As into the pit lane comes Valtteri Bottas. Moves over to the hard compound tyre and away he goes. Nicely done. 2.5 second stop. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, look at Piastri's got such a great run coming out of the tunnel down towards the Nouvelle chicane. Leclerc had to go a bit defensive there, and Piastri now can sense an opportunity. So whatever's happening in this Grand Prix, it's now been turned up to 11 in Monaco.
Still not great. Shoulder.
Talking of Martin, he came out with one of the best comments he's come out with for a few years. He said that at the DRS at this particular track is about as useful as a chocolate fire guard.
As I do some little bit of chiropractic work on Megan right now.
It's not working. It's mainly my neck and shoulder area.
Are you feeling any better?
No, because it's here too.
Right, well, okay. Megan's not feeling too great then. Sainz dropped 1.2 seconds back on me to that little section as well. It's the first time I've been able to kick Megan on stream on the back.
Hold on.
Oops. Megan's now kicking the air. Better?
I'm trying to loosen something because I think I know where it is.
Alright, well, Megan does aerobics. We'll focus on the battles at the front here as Leclerc is 6/10 ahead of Piastri. So Leclerc lifting and coasting, Piastri keeping a constant pace. Last lap time was 1:19.829 for Piastri. Leclerc was a 1:20.156, so there was a big of a gap there as they go past to back into the swimming pool chicane. You better?
No. I just need to rest after a race.
Alright.
Races.
Yeah, Indy. Let's hear from Sainz, who's catching.
Schultz managing, I guess, because that was close with Piastri. One lap, he might send it.
Yeah, so Sainz now becoming Ferrari's race engineer. I think he's right, because look at this. He is super close up Beau Rivage towards the Casino Square. Once again for the 18th time, 61 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and he is closing again. I think as well, we're on board listening to Piastri, just ebbing and flowing a little bit as he comes into the braking zone. It's not that bad a lap time here.
It isn't. I think it's a headset weight because I've been wearing it so much this weekend.
Shift sides then, turn the mic
No,
round.
it's on the side that's lighter.
Oh. Well, counterweight it then. Oh, fastest lap for Bottas. 1:16.561.
Oh, shame we won't get a point.
I've got a feeling here, and I don't know what you think, Omi, but I think that we're going to see Sainz take second here, because Piastri is not going for the lead, so Sainz might say, okay, I'll go second, then give Leclerc a chance for a free pit stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, both Ferrari, Sainz has already said that he's going to try get Leclerc this win, so for once Ferrari trying to work together as well. But yeah, maybe Leclerc is backing Sainz off to try get him to push a little bit. And waste his tyres, but Norris is going to try coming to play in this one as well.
Oh, this is a lot better. I still say this is... Go on, Dad.
It's also tyre management, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's because you're out of the dirty air, which means your tyres aren't getting as roughed up as they usually do, and that's why Russell is being held back as well by Mercedes. And Norris and Russell are in the prime position here because if Piastri goes for a thing on Leclerc, you can see them both going off.
Yeah.
That's what Sainz has just warned his team about. He said that Piastri and Leclerc got too close together.
Oh, Piastri!
Leclerc is kind of back him up, isn't he?
Yeah, Piastri nearly looked at Portier. And that's left him vulnerable to Sainz coming down towards the Nouvelle chicane. Sainz thinks about a move, but Piastri had to sort of go for it because Leclerc backed off so suddenly. So that's a bit of gamesmanship, I think, from Charles there.
Why is Lando going so slowly?
Lando's backed off to 1.5 behind Sainz, 3 seconds behind Leclerc, saving his tyres.
Why are both of the McLarens doing the exact same speed? 277.
Yeah, they're just a bit on the limit, aren't they? They're in both similar saving modes.
Yeah, they are literally doing the exact same.
Ferrari hospitality. There's Rebecca Donaldson, Charles Leclerc's partner. Let's get back to the action, shall we?
You mean Carlos Sainz?
Who's that, sir?
Charles Leclerc.
Ah, well, yeah.
I was going to say, because Charles's girlfriend was on earlier and she's got dark hair. and a mole on the nose.
He's been awake since like midnight. So. He's been awake for 14 and a half hours.
And have not had a proper night's sleep since Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I apologise for making that goof. Bottas had his lap time deleted for track limits at turn 10. So that's at the Nivelle chicane. I can hear James Vowles on the pit wall. We're not going to go to James Vowles on the pit wall, though, because we'll just never get out of it.
No, we won't.
Oh, is that? Oh, no, I thought it was Checo for a second.
It could be. You never know.
Let me know if I need to save more anywhere.
Max has just said that this is boring. I should have brought my pillow.
Well.
Do you never say that while you're at the front? So actual racing other people bores you, but when it comes to leading, you're like, oh, this is fun.
Nathan's got it right. Joshua looking suited up for 5 p.m. later. Yep, I am. All ready to go. I've got a jacket as well, but I didn't want to wear it from Monaco. So I've just put the tie on, just getting ready for it.
Most people in Monaco, when they're gambling, take their jackets off, so
yeah,
you're fine.
I've got a Walter PPK underneath as well. And look at this. This is on board with Sargent now, I think. Or is this Albon on Tsunoda? This is Albon on Tsunoda. Hard to tell because Tsunoda and Albon are 8th and 9th, and Ricciardo and Sargent are 13th, 14th. So they're both sort of mirroring each other quite nicely out there on the circuit.
And Stroll and Alonso are 11 and 12. What is it this weekend?
I tell you what, I've never agreed with Max Verstappen. This is the second time I've agreed with him in a weekend. I should have brought a pillow. Apart from the start line accident, where's this sort of shebang that we've been all looking forward to?
I'm not looking for more of that could risk Max winning.
I see
Leclerc not.
JT is commentating on the touring.
The problem is
Go on.
that start line accident, that first lap accident, led to a lot of them changing their tyres. And so they want to go to the end. So
Yeah.
I reckon about lap 35, 40, you'll see a different race because it is a bit processional at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. That red flag is the worst thing that could have happened because it just spoiled the race. It did it in Japan as well.
May I remind you, this is lap 22 of 78.
Yeah, there's 57 laps to go.
We're not even a quarter in yet.
And we've been on we've been in the race for an hour and 13 minutes. And we've got 90 to go on the strategy course.
This race is slow.
It's a slow burn. As we look at the tunnel. There's the leaders going through once again. Piastri is now 1.1 seconds behind Leclerc as the strategy gaps continue to play around. It's a slow burn, this race. But I agree with what you say, Dad. This is going to be a lap 35. It all starts coming in when pit stops change over. Those on the mediums have to go to the hards, so they'll be faster than the ones on the older hards. So, yeah.
Foreign cars are on the grid.
16 took the restart. So, yeah, not the best. Touring cars on the grid. Oh, great. Fantastic. So
They're just doing the warm-up lap and they're on the grid.
That's why I can see. Well, JT was eating a pot noodle when Lou was on the grid, so I can see Josh T now commentating with Nick. So good luck to them too. I'll catch up on those races tomorrow. I'll watch them as they come into it. Do you know,
I don't know what we're having for tea.
Stu, one thing that I've noticed though, the bottom of my eyes feel like they've got a magnet on them.
That's because you're sleepy.
Yeah, the cheekbone's incredibly heavy.
What happens when you're sleepy? I don't eat stew. I'll eat the meat
Magnet like the F3 card yesterday.
Yes, stuck together. What did I?
You're having chicken.
You've got chicken nugget. There you go.
Okay.
I'll tell you what though, those F3 cars yesterday. I know I wasn't commentating on the race, but I love what Alex Brundle said as well. Like it was like Swan. What was it like? Swan Lake, and then like ghosts as well. I much preferred the variation of what Richie said of that they've mounted each other, which goes back to my days of me and Richie commentating on Formula 3 at Barcelona on esports for PSGL, when we had the glitch and the cars went on top of each other. Richie burst out laughing at that one. As they come into
if
it.
you want to know what has just happened in the touring cars,
Yeah.
they've all started off, but there's about 6 or 7 of them in the pit lane because they've changed the tyres.
Oh, great.
Because it's getting a bit drier, right? And then Sutton went off.
Oh, no.
And the one behind him, Sutton went off out of the pit lane.
Oh, yeah.
But the one behind him stalled. So there's about 5 cars
stuck
left in the pit lane until we could get out.
Why is it I'm missing the best races this weekend?
I think it's
Formula E.
I think it's one of those weekends.
Yeah, Formula E this morning, boring. Touring Cars Race 1, boring. Monaco, slow burn. Indy 500 better be exciting, although I'm really going to struggle. I'm missing all the best week. I've drawn the short straws here. 24 streams I've done this weekend out of the 42, and so far, not all of them have been that great.
How many have I done?
Don't know, I've lost count.
Because I've supervised some.
Is this Max on board?
Yeah. See, his head's slightly like this because he's napping.
Max, do us all a favour. Just, brush the wall, something. Make me wake up a bit.
Actually, yeah, do that.
I mean, if Max crashes out of this race, it just closes down the championship that Leclerc needs doing, because Leclerc's moved up to second place anyway with podium in Imola.
Exactly. It'll make more exciting races, and then maybe Max won't be so bored.
Well, Max has won in 21 and 23, scored on all 6 of his visits so far to Monaco, finished on the podium in 2021 and 2023.
I think it's about time to break that cycle.
He does today. So think about the weekend. It's been, not great. The car hasn't suited this track. Nothing wrong with the car. It's just that it doesn't suit this track particularly. He qualified where he's running at the moment, P6. He's in a sort of Mercedes jail cell, isn't he, Crofty? He's got George Russell in front of him saying, well, I'll dictate your pace. And he's got Lewis Hamilton behind him saying, if you make a mistake, I'll have you. So if you're Max Verstappen, what do? You're just going to carry on like this with no stops to the end of the race? No. Or are you going to try something different? Have some fun. There's no skin off Max Verstappen's nose where you finish in this race, really. Do you think 6 doesn't really matter to him?
It doesn't. He's bored. Yeah. One way or another, they're going to get him. This race now, if everyone goes 77 laps on hard tyres, I am really hating Pirelli. Because in an era where we haven't got refueling, pit stops need to have tyres that can degrade and race. And to prove to you how boring this race is, I'm now sat down during a race in the commentary box. When have I ever done that? There's nothing happening out there. We've got Alonso doing his usual Monaco trickery. Literally, look at the driver track. Alonso is holding up Ricardo, Sargent, Joe, Bottas, and Ocon. Alonso, we are plan B plus Z. What? Oh, plus 2.
I was going to say, how can you plus a letter?
What tyre is he on? Medium.
Unless you're algebra.
What lap was that strategy? Lap 26. So, hello, this is Ocon.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Gaz. So, hang on. We've gone side by side. This is the replay. Ocon passing as well, and contact. For some reason, I'm looking at it again. Sky are now re-showing the best parts of the race for some reason. So, yeah. That's how boring we've got. We're replaying parts of the race alongside the main coverage.
Lap 29 for mediums.
I've never known Sky do that mid-race before. Replay best bits. It really is a slow burn.
Yeah, there's this.
Let's hear from Esteban Ocon down there.
Been a bit of a jar on your back.
Yeah, it was a big one, but luckily it was less than Budapest last year, where I got pushed from the back and the same thing happened. Where I launched in the air and I landed hard, but that time I'm okay, thank you. An unfortunate incident. Unfortunately, we sustained too much damage for us to be able to continue. We tried to put the car back in the garage to try and repair, but there was too much things to change. It was a chaotic first lap for sure. So, I hope the team can score some points today.
Tough stuff. Well done. Could and should you have done anything differently?
Well, I didn't really review, and I'm not going to comment about that.
Thanks.
Natalie down there then with Yuki. Dad, did you say something? No.
There's so many swimming pools.
Yeah. So Leclerc, 140.
My legs hurt.
I've stood back up. Oh, Meg, come on, wake up. This is unusual.
Where's my pillow? Okay.
Monaco, dull, never. But it's we wouldn't have had if they had run the normal race where we didn't have the red flag, we would be in pit stop window right now.
Or if we hadn't restarted the race in the way that we did.
Yeah, if it was the way the red flag came out.
Yeah.
With everything was same tyres as well.
Then we would have been fine.
Yeah, Verstappen though 2 seconds back to Russell now. Russell's 13 seconds back from Norris and 18 seconds back to Leclerc. A virtual safety car gives Leclerc a free pit stop here. Alonso just doing his usual, having the train effect on the back of the Ricardo. Down we go. Alonso does this all the time. Stroll's up ahead, so... Yeah.
Well, what else can he do from 12th position?
Physically running out of breath. We've got 50 laps to go this as well.
Yeah.
Is that 28, 78, 51?
I'll tell you what they could do. They could start trying to overtake.
Yeah.
Let's lap his medium pit stops.
I mean, they could... Okay, that's good then. They could remember this is a Grand Prix.
No.
You know, positions kind of need to be there.
Why can't we crash there?
At the hairpin. Oh, well. On board now with Lando Norris, looking ahead to Carlos Sainz as he comes through Sandevot. We've had thrillers here in Monaco the last couple of years. 2021, Prix 2. There's the annual shot of cars going through, a reflection of the Monaco fireman's mask.
Well, why does that look so much like one of the Marvel villains?
Yeah. Tell you one thing, do you know what this proves?
Taskmaster.
Do you know what this proves to everybody who's saying it? Doesn't matter who's leading Formula One. It's still broken.
Yeah. Lando.
A little bit of abrasion actually front left.
Okay, Lando, we see it. It's the same level as Ferrari had about 10 laps ago.
We did.
And they got through it.
Yeah, so you're fine. Your head might not be by how much it's getting smashed around by this curve.
One thing I'm worried about, though, is... I think we're doing this wrong in Formula One these days. We've got too big of cars, tyres that go on too soon. The whole thing needs changing. And yet, 2026 is going to keep it the same. Formula One is being run by the lunatics. They're wrong. They're all wrong. This is not Formula... We need to go back to the 2004 era cars. Slim, narrow, nimble, fast. Is that smoke coming out the back of Piastri?
No, it's fine.
Are you sure? There was a bit of blue smoke.
I think he kicked up something.
No, the plank wouldn't be blue. I saw blue smoke from the back of Piastri over the top of the hill there.
I'm sure it's fine. Don't ruin this for Piastri.
Yeah, well, it won't be the first time we've had a McLaren blow up here at Monaco.
I suppose it could be the Leclerc curse passing on to the next generation.
That's what Leclerc's done to make sure he finishes this race as well. Adopted Piastri and goes, now you go.
Right, just right, now the curse isn't on me. Next generation, bye-bye, have fun. It's like, I've got it off. I've got it off of both of us, we're fine.
Arthur didn't race in F2, of course. He was punditry this weekend.
And he called Oscar his nephew.
Yeah, I found that funny. Yuki saying, can I please? There's Lando. Lando's second back now. Sainz has closed up inside Piastri's second window. Norris radio.
And Lando, we see the first signs of front left graining on Sainz. Just abrasion for you.
He's done 29 laps on these hard tyres as well. Don't forget, since that red flag came in and the race restarted. So they'll be just about on the cusp of things. Now the race starting to feel like it's bubbling a little bit. That's what I'm getting. We've been waiting with a cold water pan over here, but now the first few bubbles starting to come up.
Yeah. Piastri back inside 1 second of Leclerc, Sainz back inside of Piastri. So, you know, it's starting to get a little bit more now tense. But I have to say, the race is just absolutely going so slowly.
Yeah.
It's like feeling like it's hours. Oh, God.
We are going to be on later for IndyCar, by the way, as a result of this red flag.
Should I put the kettle on?
A kettle?
Yeah.
Why, you want to make a cup of tea?
I know.
Wait until the safety cars.
I'm just realising why I feel so tired. Because I haven't had any caffeine today.
Let's have a look. Does Lando touch the barrier? Oh, Lando got super close to the barrier. Coming out of Saint Devote. How close to the wall did he get? I think it was 0.1 centimetres. See how it didn't match. 1 centimetre!
Ooh.
Super close to the wall there for Lando.
He was for me.
Yeah. The McLaren guys know what that meant. It was nearly curtains for them.
They're just like trying to give us a heart attack.
Battle on the track right now between Alonso, Ricciardo, Sargent and Zhou.
So 1 second gap between Leclerc and Piastri, or should I say Leclerc and Piastri Leclerc.
Seagull.
Ooh, wait.
Just flying across the box.
Why is that the most exciting? Oh, I hear car doors.
This is thrilling racing.
Did you know Bottas got his lap time deleted a few laps ago?
I did see it, yeah. Well,
lap 32.
I don't know which is more painful, watching paint dry or watching this race. Even during Le Mans, there's something going on within 24 hours. There's always something to talk about. Monaco is, forget crashed, it's burned. What is going on here? Indy 500 is going to be fun.
Science is now dropping off and Norris is on the back. Watch Norris.
Oh. Yes, he is. 6 tenths, okay.
He's going to have a chat.
Surely we're getting into the pit stops.
We should be 4 laps ago.
Well, they're saving them, aren't they? +2 for Alonso, we know that.
I think a lot of stuff could be dangerous at the end of the race. Tyres are starting to grain for everyone. That's Carlos Sainz.
Murray Walker always said this. Oh, for God's sake, now we're on the Ayrton Senna things in the tunnel. Well, Murray Walker always said there's no such thing as a dull Formula 1 race.
We should put on the screens, just like the race itself, and then they can watch it too.
Murray, if Murray had seen this one, I'm sure he might agree. Yeah, a bit boring. No one can overtake. They're all just waiting. We've got 4 different trains. Russell, Verstappen, Hamilton. It's just ridiculous. They're all grouped up.
Everyone below Alonso are literally in DRS of each other. One of you overtake the other. One of you.
And, on our science radio.
There is a risk that if we open 20 seconds, Lando goes for a soft, maybe.
Yeah, we are on this.
I think Lando soft could be dangerous at the end of the race.
Why? Can't
Tires
overtake.
are starting to grain for everyone.
It's not just
Do you know what could also be dangerous?
What?
Anything to do with racing, Carlos.
Indy is going to be fun, says Jess. Morning, says Richard. Hello, everyone.
So why don't you go pit, Carlos? Actually, no, you're not due to pit. Why are you talking about pit strategies now? You're not meant to pit for another 20 laps.
Ted's down in the pits. Ted.
And you've been telling us, guys, for the last 10 laps. But I remain like Anthony Davidson, optimistic we might have some pit stops. And I'm thinking Aston Martin, after you heard that radio message to Alonso, target +2. Alonso's backing up the cars in front of him for the benefit of his teammate, Lance Stroll, in front of him. But the problem is, he's only doing it to about 8 seconds now, the gap from Stroll back to Alonso. And Alonso's probably feeling he can't go much slower than this, but we are seeing the train behind him. Daniel Ricciardo, who dropped a place with the restart. Logan Sargent, who has to stop again. Zhou Guanyu, and Valtteri Bottas as well, who is trying to go to the end. And that's all the runners to the end.
Thanks, Ted, for crashing the remaining bits of any hope I had for this Grand Prix. This is... I mean, it's nice to see Alonso do it. You know, it's not. I'm not even going to pretend. This is not one of the greatest races we've seen. Leclerc's going to win finally.
Streets in the
I
path.
feel like that's strategy from Ferrari to try and catch us out with Carlos. Because I don't really get why they'd want to keep Russell in the window.
the medium of Sainz was damaged on lap 1, so he does not have a medium, only this hard and some softs. We think they want to avoid Lando trying anything.
Yeah, so Lando wants to go on the soft tyre as well. As finally, look, we might have a move in this Grand Prix as Ricciardo's right up behind Alonso coming into Rascasse. We might have a move as Alonso twitches. Into Anthony Noakes we go. Ricciardo will have the DRS. Can he make a move into Saint Devote? No, he's got a poor exit. Just overtake someone. Risk it. It's Monaco. Just do it. What is going on in this series right now? Have they all forgotten how to overtake? For lap 1 was insane, and then the red flag came out. The tyres ruined this one. Right, ban the hard tyre in races. Don't bring it. Have medium and softs only. We do not need the hard tyre because it just destroys racing. Or introduce a rule where you have to use all 3 tyre compounds in one race because it is destroying racing. This is not a Grand Prix, this is a train effect. And because everyone's saving the tyres, no one's going for the overtakes. We've spent 36 laps in a procession. And we've still got 43 left. And they're going to the end. We might honestly hit the clock, first of all. We're not even halfway in this race yet, and we've done 50 minutes. We might hit the 2-hour limit in a dry Monaco race because everyone's saving tyres. What are the FIA going to do about this one? This is a disgrace in motorsport right now. Really fed up of it. You can make Monaco great. Look at Formula E. Every time we come here, it's a classic. Formula 1 is the problem at this circuit. Oh, this is ridiculous. Leclerc's 1.2 now clear of Piastri as they come up to it. And look at that. Sainz can go for Sargent can go for a move here, and Ricciardo isn't. They're all just waiting around doing absolutely nothing. The Indy 500 better be good. All I'm saying, better be the best we've seen in ages. When it gets going, that is, if the rain comes out. And then we've got the Coca-Cola 600 for NASCAR from Charlotte. Is that Alonso slow out of the tunnel? No. You can tell how bored the Sky F1 crew are. Everybody's come on the commentary. Ted's on again. Ant's just basically a third commentator. And if I see Ayrton Senna win this race more 6 times, I'm going to... I'm fed up of seeing things about Ayrton Senna. Do you know what? We've not seen one thing about Graham Hill this weekend. Not one thing about Gilles Bianchi, Jarno Trulli, Olivier Panis. No, completely forgotten the great drives here. Jenson Button in 2009, nothing. All been about Senna. Really is getting on my nerves, this one. IndyCar announcement is coming at 10:45 Eastern, so that is in 10 minutes' time, everyone. So if you're watching us waiting to join the Indy 500 coverage, there is an announcement in 10 minutes' time. Jess, keep us up to date with that one, please, here in the YouTube chat, so that we keep an eye on it. Whether it'll probably be about a delayed start time. So the 500 might not start on time, or it might start earlier, and then we're really in trouble. We'll be on a quick off.
5-place grid drop for the Canadian Grand Prix is punishment.
Is that for Esteban Ocon?
I believe so, yeah.
Right.
Martin's just said.
So Esteban Ocon then with a 5-place grid penalty for the Canadian Grand Prix because he can't serve that 10 seconds. Thank you, Dad. See, that's why he's at race control. He's got a wireless earbud in to hear us in a microphone, and then he can hear the Sky F1 commentary as well. There's Arthur Leclerc watching on as Megan brings in a hot cup of tea. I'll make some room for you on the commentaries. Oh, thank you. You're going to need that. So.
I heard grid penalty.
Yes. It's also raining outside. Okay. Grid penalty for Esteban Ocon. Next race. 5 places, I believe. Dad told us that Martin said it. Come on then, everybody. Pit. Come on, everybody. Now do the pit stop. Megan's got tea in her metal Janeway mug.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's actually, it's warm. It's not hot.
Yeah.
It's warm.
It's not burning to the touch.
Yeah. According to Kobe. Thank you, Jess. I'll keep an eye on my phone then in 10 minutes' time. That's probably going to be an announcement that we're going to have a delayed start to the Indy 500. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll adjust our schedule, of course, as we go. We've already had a red flag here in Monaco.
The team itself is scalding.
Yeah, we had 2 red flags back in 2022, and we still made the 500 start.
We did.
Oh, I thought that was a yellow flag. It's Leclerc
Why
and
are you
Piastri.
sad?
It's Leclerc and Piastri. Leclerc radio.
If you can, we need to slow down a bit.
Yeah. I mean, what's the scope of that?
We are preventing McLaren to have a pit stop window because we have no rush in this happening.
I didn't get it, but that makes me push in the slow speed, which I don't like.
Because that's...
We're preventing McLaren from having a pit stop window. That means that you can't have one either.
Yeah, it kills their own race. Yes, a Janeway mug is in Janeway. If you hold it up to the camera. She found one online and brought it. A Janeway mug. The metal one from the replicator.
Yes.
So she found it and brought it.
I also have one that's kind of similar to the S9.
Yeah. So yeah.
If you can't tell, I love Star Trek. And Janeway. I love Janeway so much.
Ellie, from What Culture, had it, and I messaged her and said, "Where did you get it? I've been looking for ages." She sent the link and I showed it to you and you bought it.
I usually have coffee in this, but, well, I only have coffee on weekdays. So I have tea on weekends.
Oh, fancy, dear Mickey. Hello. Lap traffic. So Alonso has backed them up that much, they're going to be lapped by the leaders. For goodness sake. Will the blue flag play around with positions too? Paul says Janeway is his favourite captain.
Doesn't really seem to be slowing down. So they must be worried about something. Otherwise, I feel like he'd just be slowing down.
I love that Piastri's so in tune with the strategy here. He knows what to look for.
Same. Janeway is my favourite captain too. I love Janeway so much.
Yeah, Dio Nat says 4 cars they would have to pass. Remember the last time the leaders, who had yet to stop on tyres, came up to lapped traffic in Monaco like this? 2011. Slammed into the barrier at the swimming pool and caused a red flag. Bottas gets out of the way as he gets a command blue flag, and he pulls out of the slipstream down in towards turn 1. Where's Piastri? Oh, he didn't get through. Piastri didn't get through. Yeah, interesting. My least favourite is Cisco. He's replaceable.
He punched you in the face.
He's the emissary. I love Cisco as a captain.
I haven't watched enough of Cisco. I really need to watch more.
Cisco's a very good captain. Right, when are we going to get pit stops, I'm being told? 5 laps, and then we'll have pit stops. I'm hearing Leclerc might box to get out of this traffic. Makes sense, he's got the room.
I really hope there's another Star Trek series with 7 of 9 as captain.
Might happen.
It needs to happen. It needs to. I also love 7 of 9.
Leclerc is pushing like crazy right now. And there's the blue flag starting to come through for the first time in this race, as you can see on your monitor.
And Harry Kim.
Moving away from Star Trek to Star
Why not?
Oh, Sargent's just said, "Oh, bleep." Because he now knows he's got the race leaders behind him. And everyone, and Bottas is going to block Sainz as well. This is not getting good. Coming through the backstretch. Lapped traffic causing nightmares here in Monte Carlo. Finally. The jump track is frozen up here in the comments, but there we go. Now as we start.
So many people are being lapped.
Past half distance here at the Monaco Grand Prix. We are going to be on here late for IndyCar. We're going to have that announcement in 6 minutes' time to see what it's going to be, whether it's a delayed start or not. Leclerc and Piastri, look at that. Last lap time, Leclerc was faster, and this lap traffic's causing problems. This is Carlos Sainz then into the swimming pool. Did he hit the barrier? He brushed it.
By the way, if it's not a delayed start, I will have to head off and I'll have to stop USRN.
That's no worries at all. I presume it will be. Don't worry. I presume it will be delayed. If you're listening to us on USRN, go over to the JBMotorsports YouTube channel. Uninterrupted coverage of the race is there. Well,
but it's there for now if it's delayed. So hopefully it's delayed.
Yeah, hope we have a delay. Yeah, I hope we have that delay as they come into it. And now Alonso gets out of the way of Piastri down the start-finish straight. This lap traffic is going through. Oh, it's all getting messy. Alonso's now going to block Sainz as well. Nando's coming in. Paul says, have you seen the Xmas song, Make It So? Google it so far. We have.
Yes.
I love that one. Also, and Alonso gets out of the way at the top of the hill, but just stops Ricciardo coming through as well. Now the race hotting up. Ricciardo's going to go for a move. Down into Mirabel. Alonso goes defensive. Ricciardo thinks about a move. No, it didn't do JJ Leto any good when he tried that manoeuvre on a Ferrari back in the 1980s. He ended up backwards over the top of the barrier. Just holds it in. Ocon has now been confirmed for that grid penalty in Canada, by the way.
Why have you got understeer, man? I'm going back to the pit lane. I'm dying.
Who's in the pits then?
Ocon's in more trouble because he's...
Yeah?
Yeah, Ocon's in more trouble because his boss isn't very happy with him going down, trying to make him move in Portier on the first lap.
Ooh. Oh, great. Stroll makes the first pit stop.
That could mean... Martin's just said that it could mean that he might be benched for Canada anyway.
Oh, wow. Ocon could be out. So who would they put in at Ocon as Alonso? That's Stroll coming out ahead, as well, behind the leaders. So who could they put in? I mean, who would they put in Alpine? It'll be Jack Doohan, won't it?
Probably.
Ah. So young Doohan might get a race in Canada.
Yeah, because he hasn't had he hasn't raced since F2.
They've translated the statement, which was in French.
Yeah.
No,
2 seconds, Dad.
Front left looking, going to there. Okay, Lando, of the four of you, you are the best.
I thought it would be because he'd saved energy and tyres earlier on in the race. Go on, Dad.
Anyway, he's really upset with him and really angry. He should do that in private, actually, not just send out a memo.
Yeah.
But I reckon if by lap 55, this has really got to turn into a race. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen this year.
Yeah, Leclerc with that traffic has now gained 2.5 seconds to Piastri. I mean, it's going to be great for Charles Leclerc because he's going to on course to win his home Grand Prix, and he deserves it. Touch wood, yeah. And he deserves it, I can tell you right now. Absolutely deserves it. But...
Yeah, but Prince Rainier has only got limited space in his museum.
Yes.
For another Ferrari car.
And of course, they're giving him the car because if he wins the race, he's Monegasque goes in. He's trying to become the first Monegasque driver since Louis Chiron, who won the event, to win in Monaco. Come on, Charles. Let's hear from Sainz on the radio.
I'd go in this image, I'm not surprised.
Pit window is behind Verstappen. Yeah, but give me posted. He suddenly gets a better window. Yeah, sure. We cannot allow that.
Yes, when you...
So Sainz saying we can't allow McLaren to have a window here. Verstappen's been in 6th the entire race. Unless he's going to turn up to 11, Red Bull just haven't turned up. So basically, everyone, welcome to Formula One. It's kind of back to what it was. Let's hope Canada is a little bit more interesting.
I kind of love how everyone going past that screen then would have known Sainz was talking to someone about something.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm missing Canada because of IndyCar.
Oh, yeah, you're at Road America. And Josh T.
Yes.
Josh T's over with us because he's at NASCAR. So, no, Josh T isn't even here for Canada.
No, Josh T's at Frux, the America's Speed Fest.
Yeah, so that's your laptop doing NASCAR coverage.
Oh, well.
Has Stroll just unlapped himself with Sainz?
No. Stroll's still behind.
I'm not sure.
No, Stroll's gone back behind Sainz and Norris. I'm looking at the driver tracker. Is it? Yeah. He's now back with Alonso. So 11th and 12th still there. It's 40.
Josh?
Yeah, go on. It's 45. What have you got, Jess?
I haven't heard anything, but I am suited and booted for the Indy 500 now.
Excellent.
Do I have to wear something?
Yes, yes, you need to wear something. Megan.
Ferrari
I
have
want
just
comfortable
called
clothes.
Lewis transfers so-and-so, then Verstappen is so-and-so. But not, he didn't even refer to him my name just like the one who's transferring here.
Oh, right.
Literally.
I'll ask Kobe if there's any news.
I have no tyre left, says Logan Sargent.
Leclerc's lost a lot of time in that middle sector now as well, and now he's got it back again. But look at Norris on the back of Sainz. Norris now starting to activate this one, so we've got a bit of a race starting to come through here.
Typical when I'm just about to leave.
They've said Dad. Oh, they've put Dad Cam on Sky.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, hello, JT.
Hey, Josh.
How was that touring car race?
Chaotic.
Yeah, we've had
Oh, whoa. This is boring. You didn't miss much.
We've fallen asleep.
Started off wet.
Yeah.
Got dry. Downpoured. Everyone who had changed to dries had to change to wets, and 4 drivers stayed on dries till the end through the downpour.
Oh, for God's
sake. Josh, do you want to know the funny thing?
What?
I actually fell asleep during
Did you?
this race.
Yeah, we nearly
Yes.
did. We nearly did up in the commentary box. Megan's gone to get a cup of tea.
Yeah, I was downstairs on the sofa next to my dad, asleep.
And also, just to give you a hint, the new regs didn't work again.
Oh, so, yeah.
Oh.
And Josh.
Yeah.
The new regs didn't work even with a 10-second time penalty.
Oh, for goodness sake. Alan Gow.
JT, can we swap now, please?
Yeah, sorry,
Yes.
I'll swap them around.
We can swap.
Omi's going to go to bed now.
Thanks, Omi. And what?
Today.
Let's have Leclerc.
And he's in the 19s.
Just for your info, I think you have around. I mean, do you want to know the margin?
No, Charles, we're not interested. We know.
Oh.
You said, all right.
No, we are not interested.
That's rude.
Sorry.
All right, so they don't want another gap out there at the moment. We are not interested. We are not interested. There's Brian Bozzi, the new engineer for Leclerc.
Shouldn't Leclerc be the one who's worried about the gap?
Yeah, go on. Go on, Jess.
I'm just a bit. I understand why, because otherwise, if they worry about the gap, then that's where Leclerc starts making mistakes.
JT, your camera isn't working.
And Kobe said he's waiting for Doug Bullis, whoever his name is. He made it for
Something to start
Norris.
thinking about. If there was a safety car, we'd have a free stop. We think we'd take it from medium. Carlos would either have to stay out or take a soft. Have a think.
I mean, a free stop I'd definitely take, of course.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, JT, can you hear me? Your camera is not working.
My camera's working for me.
It's not.
Well, it ain't.
Did Meg? Oh, his daddy disappeared. There we go. It's working now.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Can you hear me, Dad?
Why do I see me there?
What's the matter?
Oh, you disconnected, but you're back now.
Why do I see me there?
Because that's Dad on your laptop.
I need to change my picture.
Yeah.
I also need to change my picture.
You disconnected, Dad, but you're back in. Yeah, I presume someone tripped over the microphone lead.
No.
Oh, right.
The front edge of Storm will be at Indy between noon and 12:30 p.m. Have 125,000 people already on property. Once Storm is an hour away, if it stays on track, IMS will ask fans to leave grandstands. That's the latest update.
Right, so it looks like we're not going to have the start to the Indy 500 that we were expecting.
You covered the Esteban tweet.
The what?
The what tweet?
The Esteban Ocon tweet.
Is that 5 seconds?
No.
Ooh, what?
Charles got a puncture!
Oh, I can read it. I've got it. It's in the grid chat. Today's incident was my fault. The gap
Stroll's
was
got a puncture.
Yeah, Stroll's got a real puncture!
Oh, yeah, he does.
Stroll with a puncture! He'll make it back to the pit lane. Now, has he waxed
Are
the
you sure?
barrier somewhere?
Are you sure?
Oh, it's off!
Yeah, it's off. I knew that would happen. I knew it wouldn't last.
It's in the pit lane entry. They should be able to just reach out and grab it, but that
Causing
has pulled
sparks.
out a yellow flag briefly, and now that'll put him onto soft tyres. It's so hard to change tyre when you got a puncture because you can't get the rear jack on.
Oh, they've done it fine.
Yeah, 5
Right,
points.
I'm gonna have to head off, guys. So make sure you tune into JB Motorsports for uninterrupted coverage. But thank you, Josh. I'll see you in Indy 500.
No worries. If you're on USRN, we'll replay the end of the race later on. But join us on JB Motorsports now.
Joshua, look at the gap.
off here, so run. See you later, guys.
See you later, Jess. And you're still with us here on JB Motorsports for the action. We've got 29 laps to go of this race. Megan.
Would you like to see the gap between my last notes?
40 laps before something else happened.
Yep.
Kind of makes sense, that one, doesn't it? So Stroll has returned, so a little bit of drama.
Yeah, Esteban Ocon tweeted 16 minutes ago, today's incident was my fault. The gap was too small in the end, and I apologise to the team on this one. Hoping for a deserved points finish for the team.
Right, I'm going to say very quietly, JT, and don't turn the mic up massively because Dad's got a wireless earpiece in it, it'll blow his ear. Just turn your mic gently because it has glitched just a touch, just like a little inch.
Up or down?
Up. Just a touch up. Not a lot, just a little bit. Because otherwise it'll blow Dad's ear.
Is that better?
Oh, bit down.
Down.
Is that better?
That's louder.
How did that happen?
That's quieter for me.
Hang on.
Is so
Hang on.
much louder.
It's me. Right, okay. Thanks. Okay, that's better. We've got no idea what's happening.
Here's a replay of Lance Stroll losing his tyre and getting a puncture.
He's clipped it. There it is. Inside line at the Nouvelle chicane and hits it immediately. Hit the wall. Right, no, away it goes. Right, I think that's better. JT, try something.
Hello?
Yeah, that's better. Finally.
For once, it wasn't me.
Oh, Discord's been funny all weekend with audio levels as well. Battle for third between Sainz and Norris with the 27 to go. Megan, what do you think's going to happen?
Okay. And it's...
Mercedes pit stop.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
Red Bull pit stop.
Right, here we go then. Now this will be...
Russell too,
Hamilton. And it'll be Verstappen not going through as lap traffic again interfering with the leaders at the front. So Hamilton comes in, Verstappen stays out. So Red Bull were trying to cover it there.
I don't think Verstappen could get in.
Yeah. What tyres Hamilton got onto?
He has gone on to...
No, the mediums.
Medium. Yeah, mediums. Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, it's mediums. I saw yellow.
Just for anyone who joined us from the British Touring Car Broadcast Redirect.
Hard.
Hards.
Oh, yeah, because he was on 50 lap
number
on
9 was picked, so Osborne on pole.
Hamilton has a free stop, so he stays 7th because Tsunoda's, 41 seconds back. But Hamilton's gone on from mediums that have done 50 laps to 1 lap old hard tyres, the ones he started the race on.
Wait a minute. Wait.
They're going to get these tyres to the end. If those mediums can do 50, the hards are going to do the entire race.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because mediums were those mediums have to double what they're
Back
meant
out
to do.
this time with tyres.
Hards, this will be for Verstappen.
This is meant to be hard tyre pit stop. But no, it's the mediums, so they can go double for some reason. I wonder why that is. Yellow, sector 2.
Who's gone off? It's down to the Nouvelle chicane, but there's no one there. It's gone green. There was no one there. Verstappen pits for the hard tyre, 2.1 seconds in.
What was that?
That double yellow came out at sector 13, which was the Nouvelle chicane, but nobody was there.
Sector 2.
I think that isn't Nouvelle, and I think it was some debris that has been recovered. So Verstappen gets a free pit stop to Hamilton and remains in 6th position. There's Lewis now. So Verstappen gets a free pit stop. Nouvelle. Must have been some debris. It's the debris from Stroll, a wheel nut. So that's why one of the marshals ran out and picked it up while there was some clean air. That's why we had the yellow. That was a nice lap, Max. Well done. So push now. And this is Valtteri Bottas coming at the top of Massenet into Casino Square. Oh, a little bit of a kiss there for Sargent, and Bottas slips through at the inside line. An overtake at Monaco.
Woohoo!
They are rare.
They really are.
Nice move as well from Valtteri. Slipped through perfectly on the inside line. So all we can hope for is a Ferrari pit failure now if they even pits, says Paul. Says Dio Nat. Drew says bye-bye. Yeah. Hamilton radio.
Why aren't you telling me that was critical?
Because it
Lewis
was.
Hamilton.
Because it was. I had to catch that gap. It was critical. Everything's critical over there. well. So it looks like we're going to have a no-stop Grand Prix.
Woohoo!
That's not Monaco. That's not Formula 1. You can't... 78 laps. Well, what will be 77 laps on hard tyres? How's that sporting?
I don't know.
How on earth is this Formula 1? I mean, no, the top 4... Hang on a minute. The top 8 haven't changed in this Grand Prix in 2 starts. They are the same places where they qualified.
Yep.
Hamilton, a 1:16.458 sets the fastest lap of the race. So the top 8 are exactly where they qualified in this Grand Prix.
And the only reason why everyone else has moved up is because people crashed out.
Well, we've been saying what was the best and worst races of the year. I thought Bahrain was bad. I didn't think Monaco would be like this, and it started with a crash. I think because also Perez would have been an interesting little gambit in this race, and he was taken out early on.
He was.
He would have come through the field, and that would have given us something to watch. But he got out.
Max had been taken out.
If well, what good would that have gone? Max is 6th and hasn't moved the entire race. So the 1:15.
But he has to set fastest lap.
1:15.815. I doubt he's going to be getting up there towards the front leaders here.
I don't know.
I hope we get enough time for a bathroom break.
Go now.
No.
Why? What are you going to miss?
I should have gone under the red flag. But, that was over an hour ago now. 46 minutes to go with 24 laps, averaging 1:18 per lap. Yeah, we'll make it. Oh! Hello! Norris nearly hit the back of Sainz coming out of the chicane in the swimming pool. Norris is all over the back of him, coming into Rascasse. Sainz with a little bit of an issue. And Norris, if he's smart, can now start to try and overtake.
Come on. You know how.
What was that about from Sainz?
Catch up.
It looked like Sainz had literally stood still coming through the chicane. Up the hill through Beau Rivage, Massenet at turn 3, Casino Square, down past the Hotel Retrobold into the braking zone for Mirabeau, and then the Fairmont Hotel. Used to be the station hairpin because it used to be a train station down there. And back through Portier 1 and 2. Look, watch Norris now through the swimming pool. Look, Sainz backs up massively, and Norris almost runs into the back of him. That's not cricket from Sainz. Is he going to try and do it again? It's going to be a Leclerc family one too.
It will be. It'll be nice. Verstappen is only 5 tenths away from Russell, by the way.
You know it's Formula 1 that's got the issue when Max Verstappen can't catch up.
5 tenths away?
Well,
2 tenths.
Verstappen is 9 seconds back to Russell.
No, he isn't.
Russell hasn't stopped, though, has
Oh,
he?
I thought that was a 0.
No, it's a 9.
Oh, then he's 9.2 tenths.
Maybe you should get glasses if you can't read that. I thought you had 20/20 vision.
I'm sleepy.
Oh,
My
man.
Russell
20/20
hasn't
vision
stopped
goes
yet,
down
though.
when I'm sleepy.
Ah, that's right. Russell hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah.
And he's on mediums. Gasly and Alonso are going to have to stop as well. Stroll's put softs on, interestingly enough, 6 laps ago when he came in. But I don't think the leaders are going to stop. I genuinely don't.
I hope that they don't.
They'll get the record. In fact, I think they're coming up to it now, aren't they? Dad, do you remember Esteban Ocon did 58 laps on the hard tyre? And then Albon did...
Yeah.
Albon did 56. So we are coming up to the record for the most Pirelli tyres used consistently in one race.
Huh, that's good.
And everyone's going to break it. He's on the hard tyre.
So Joe's
Yeah, on
tyres are gone.
the lap 58 should
Yeah.
be. Or...
Yeah, they'll break it next time round.
So Joe's tyres are gone. Of course, when Stroll says his tyres are gone, he means something completely different. But
Yeah, go on.
Joe has tyres that are needing of changing. Like now.
Bigger downforce inside the pit. I need a bigger downforce inside the pit lane. So Joe's going to stop again. As they watch it in. It's a really bizarre race, this one. It's being tantalising with us. That's the problem. It's not giving us the consistent runarounds. If you're joining us looking for the pre-show for the Indy 500, we are not on air yet because we had a red flag As Stroll goes to the inside line in the tunnel. Stroll, that's not a place where you overtake it side by side. And Stroll goes through. Passing, I think, Zhou Guan Yu.
Zhou's tyres
and
have gone
he's
too,
passed Sargent as well.
Wow.
Very risky move, but that is very good driving from Lance Stroll. I know. That's nice, actually. Your hands are cold. My head's hot.
Yeah, I can feel it. Your head is very hot. I'll keep my hand here today. Which is weird because I've had my hand on a cup, which is warm.
Stroll's made 2 on the reds. Stroll has made 2 places up.
Maybe I am ill if my head's that hot.
Yeah, hold on.
Stroll has taken Zhou and Sargent in the last couple of laps.
And is Zhou going to have Sargent here as well, coming to the chicane?
Yeah, you're real.
Oh, great. Just probably sleep deprived.
Yeah, probably. I hope so, because you drank out of my thing, so.
I'm tired ill, not ill.
Good.
Is Zhou going to have a go here? Down into the Nouveau chicane? No.
That rhymes. Everything looks good on our side, says Oscar Piastri.
Oh, into back! That's not an overtaking opportunity in whatever category you go in.
Logan Sargent's saying something's undrivable.
Probably his car. Here's Evan Sainz.
If Lando puts any medium, also shows his finger.
Copy.
I don't think there's any chance of that.
Sargent boxes, so it looks like they are going to stop.
Not yet.
They'll put softs on. They've 15 laps softs, easy.
Carlos isn't thinking about himself anymore.
No.
For this race. He's thinking about Charles.
Well, that's because Piastri's right behind him as well. McLaren could be on for 1-2, Ferrari could be on for 1-2, but the top 8 haven't changed this entire race. It's one of those days, isn't it?
4.5 for Verstappen to Russell though now. Making good pace.
Oh, it's going to be one of those days. I really do wonder what we're going to have. If you're joining us looking for the Indy 500 coverage, because of the red flag here at Monaco, we're in a delay. Also, Indy's in a delay. Hasn't rained just yet.
I don't think.
And if you are at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I believe IndyCar and IMS are asking people to start leaving the grandstands at 11:15 a.m. local, 4:15 BST, to give everyone an hour because there's over 125,000 people.
So there's the confirmation then that we're not going to start on time. No battery.
No one is watching it again.
So no one's watching Verstappen's battery, and that's why. Well, yeah.
Will it run away?
This is unusual for Max. It's the first time he's going to be off the podium this year. Well, apart from Australia. In a race he finishes, it's the first time he's going to be off.
How is he? Is he stressed? Is Alex asking about Logan?
Tell you what, this is getting quite interesting. More race winners this year than we had last year at this rate.
Yeah. You already made that.
3 last year, 3 this year. Are we going to have 4 with Leclerc?
Won't this be, if this stays the same, won't this be the worst performance for Red Bull in 2 years?
Where was he in Singapore? He was 5th in Singapore. Yes, you're right, Dad. Yeah, it will be. Yeah. Verstappen was 5th in Singapore.
2 things. 1, I think Ricciardo doesn't know that Ocon's out, since I think he's just mislabeled Gasly as Ocon.
Yeah.
But also, Valtteri Bottas. This Alonso train is not funny anymore.
No, it's not. Look. Alonso's backing them all up again. Bottas can't get through.
Valtteri's not happy.
Verstappen's closing in on Russell, and Russell's backing him up into the path of Hamilton. But yeah, this is, I think, the worst performance for Red Bull for 2 years, because as they were 5th in Singapore. It would have been 6th, but Russell threw it out the road. Maybe he finished 4th, actually, thinking about it.
Check.
Ooh.
What, back in Singapore last year?
Oh, no, it's not in there.
I know those.
I'll show there. Are you supposed to be closing that gap?
Hang on. Singapore 2023 Grand Prix results. See if I can see it on my watch. There we go. I can open web pages on my watch, so this is actually helpful, actually. I can just look down on my watch and see as we're on board with Lando Norris, who's a second now behind Sainz.
A little bit too close to the wall.
Here we go. Sainz, Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc, Verstappen finished 5th. So yes, Dad, you're right. This is the worst performance of Red Bull in 2 years.
And Max is about to
Make it 5th.
attempt to get past George.
Wouldn't it be ironic if this is when Verstappen crashed? Oh, he's nearly going over the back of Russell. Oh, it would be. Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, McLaren was saying they wanted a safety car.
Yeah, a safety car would benefit everybody. We're inside that safety car window as well for the closing stages of this race, so...
Then you'd have to go back to that race where him and Sergio overheated
Singapore
just before the end. And yeah, they overheated just before the end, didn't they? And lost the race.
Oh, Max is getting very close into the swimming pool section on George. Is he going to go for a little attack into the last cast?
Joe ain't happy.
No, he's not, is he?
He says, God, it's super bad over here. Alonso,
He's
please
got to
stop.
get close near Raskas, hasn't he? And then go for it there.
Raskas?
Maybe. I would say it might be a good place, so it proves difficult.
I think Josh T will be ready to get a sound grab in the next lap or so.
I think Carlos Sainz is going to come in.
Is he really?
I'm not sure. He's either got a problem with one of his tyres or he's wanting to know which tyres he's going to go on.
Hamilton's on plan 8. So, and Hamilton, well, 114, 204, but yeah. George Verstappen is at 17% battery power.
Maybe not, I'm not sure.
Right, 16.7 for Russell. Yeah.
Alex, please do not take out your front wing with... Who is it?
Tsunoda.
Please do not.
On board with Norris. Who's going to come into the pit lane this lap, though, as we come across the line here in Monte Carlo? No one boxes across the leaders.
Alex Albon is just...
Yeah, hang on. Ian Birch, time for your saying.
25 laps to go. Race start.
Here we go. Let's see what we're going to have.
Well, what is wrong with Alex Albon recently? He's just having no chill.
15 laps to go.
Do you want to try that again?
Yeah, because I said it would be 25 earlier. That's
Yeah.
why I'm getting confused. 15 laps to go. Race start.
And there goes immediately out one of the... That's Ricciardo, isn't it? So there we go. We've got the clip. They've been after that sound bite for ages.
But I don't believe it.
No, I don't either. But they've been after that sound grab for ages.
Even Max Verstappen's saying it. That's 15 laps to go.
Yeah. Well, they've been after that sound grab to play it in the thing, which never managed to get him on a microphone.
Did you see the little twitch on the... those tyres, he's starting to slide. Max is starting to slide on the rear tyres.
And a Portier, he's having a snap as well. So he's inside a second of Russell. Is he going to make a move anywhere on the set? Can he just sort of slip through? To back would be an option.
I think he was trying to push so that when he got down to Portier, he's closer.
Yeah.
So he can make an attack on the straight.
Come on, Max. Give us an actual little bit of a battle. You're the championship leader. On for his worst result.
You know
of the
what
season.
Max is like? He'll try. He'll judge it out first, one lap.
Yeah.
And then go for it the next.
They are close. Look at that. The leaders are not going to stop. Unless there's a safety car, they're not going to stop, are they?
Max has decided just to go for the fastest lap, I think.
He's asked what Hamilton was doing as fastest lap, which is a 1:14.165. Here's Norris with Sainz. Go on.
Lightning strike within 10 miles of the circuit, so not in the 8 miles yet.
Closer, though.
Yeah, so we might not start the 500 soon. Go on.
Ocon will argue that the race laps here aren't as long as the race laps he had, and so he would have gone further.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's 78 laps are here. The most tracks it's between 50 and 55, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've gone for yeah. So Ocon's really going to be in trouble with that one when he gets into it. I reckon they'll bench him. They've had enough pressing as well.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the number of laps that they've done today
Oh,
on
yeah.
these tyres. Lap-wise, it's things, but distance, it's not.
Yes, yeah, distance is thingy. I've just been told, by the way, that they're aiming for a 3 p.m. Eastern start to IndyCar. As we hear from Tsunoda.
I've also heard that.
You
Tsunoda.
keep with marginal strategy, so you can push more now.
That's one idea.
I bet.
You're right, Dad. The race is starting.
I have sent
Also,
a.
that's 8 o'clock our time, isn't it? 'Cause
Yes.
Oh my
that's
God.
what it says on David Clark.
So that means that, well, NASCAR starts at 11. So Larson's not going to get there.
Impossible.
Yeah, Larson's not going to get there.
Yeah.
You bet, JT, you better get ready to have a backup NASCAR with NBC's commentary, sorry, with USRN's commentary until we can take over. If Indy goes wrong.
It depends what USRN do. If they stick with Indy or they go with the NASCAR and we take USRN Indy. If it happens.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think Matthew wants to do Coca-Cola and we'll take the Indy 500.
I want to do the Indy 500.
Yeah, we'll have to.
With no one doing the
talk
Coca-Cola
to him
600.
about that after that.
Yeah.
I've sent in the commentators chart. Sorry, in the commentators chat, by the way, the lightning and rain radar combined.
So it's closing in then. Refresh the app. It's frozen.
Yeah, it's happening a lot for me.
Discord needs updating. Right, let's have a look at this lightning map as they come into it.
The rain radar has just updated to have light rain over the circuit, so we'll see what Twitter says.
Right, so
see if that's
It's moving in fast.
we're going to be in a delay
Yes.
then for IndyCar. Well, that's great. That's a big delay. 2.5 hour delay to the start of that race, you know. That's a big, big delay. Suppose
Eric Smith has just done a good point. Last 3 Indy 500 races have run from green to checkered in a little less than 3 hours.
Argent's hit the wall.
Oh! Now, is that a suspension? Is that going to be suspension? Where is he on the track?
There's no yellow flag, so we're fine.
He's behind Joe. I assume he's done it. Adam Anthony knows.
He's still moving.
Previous Monaco races for Charles Leclerc, DNF in 18 and 19, DNS in 2021, 6th in 22, 4th in 23. Currently, he's 11 laps away from glory. And only becoming the second Monegasque to win here on the streets of the Principality.
Carlos is asking
To
some
get-
really weird questions.
Go on.
To get the full Indy 500 in.
Yeah,
before
I saw
sunset,
that
they'll
as
have
well.
to go by
Martin
6
just said
PM.
about the fact that Verstappen has been told to cool his brakes for the next 2 laps because when he got to the back of Russell, he braked about half a lap ago, and there was a load of black brake dust came shooting out of the rear tyres. So he's been told to cool his brakes.
I really hope Carlos Sainz learns how to ask questions better, because his way of asking, are my tyres nearly dead, is, are we going to die? I'm just like,
Right, do you know what I really hope? NASCAR and Fox take the right decision and wait until after the 500 to start the race. They've got lights. They've got lights, they can delay it.
well, they're missing a driver, so I hope.
There's this hit of the wall for Sargent coming into the swimming pool chicane. Max is falling back into the clutches of Hamilton now. Tsunoda's a lap down, so Hamilton's the last one on the lead lap, I believe.
Yeah, his tyres are slow.
No, and Sargent hit that wall.
Yeah. Oh, right. Joe and Sargent. Blimey.
They nicked it together. It was almost a perfect kiss.
Ah.
I'm going to take a guess at who that was.
So, Indy 500 currently on a possible rain delay. Charles Leclerc is leading here in Monaco. Piastri second, Sainz third, Norris fourth, Russell fifth, Verstappen sixth, Hamilton seventh, Tsunoda eighth, Albon ninth, Gasly has the top 10.
I mean, you go back 15 years, and most of them thought that if you didn't touch the wall, the walls around you, you're not actually trying hard.
Was it just a little kiss they want to do? Not too hard. These cars are bulletproof
Yeah,
anyway
I
these
mean,
days.
There used to be one particular part of this race where you know the signs on the edge of the racetrack.
Yeah.
They were being ripped off all the time.
They were. Yeah.
It's the same in Canada, isn't it?
Through the Champions Wall
Wall of Champions.
Yeah. And at turn 8 and 9, just before the hairpin, that one there. Yeah. In fact, it's basically just 3 straights and chicanes at Montreal, but I love that track. It always gives us an interesting race. It's one of my favourites on the calendar. Buzzing for 2 weeks' time when we head there. Next weekend, of course.
I mean, you could say that. You could say that for Monza, just with a hairpin as well. And
Yeah.
electric straight.
Monza's being resurfaced as well, and new commentary boxes
Is it?
being built. Yeah. Well, the commentary boxes got condemned, so they are building new ones on the start-finish line.
Nuts.
So a whole new resurface job at Monza, ready to come in for the next race.
Like the whole
track is being resurfaced. Yeah.
Big job.
First time since 2002 that they've resurfaced it.
Hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah, Turkey.
Because when it's new track, just like, do you remember the Silverstone when they'd done the resurfacing and MotoGP went there and the oil started coming up and mixing with the rain.
We had to cancel the race.
From the things. Yeah, didn't even get to race, did we?
No, and Rabat broke his leg because he tried to warn everybody that he couldn't break down into Stowe when he got whacked out by one of the bikes. Yeah, and then we didn't even race. The race got called off completely.
Yeah, and Susie spoke for about 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah. And then Keith Hewan, who was the commentator, did nothing that day. They cut to him once and he was asleep in the commentary box.
Talking of your friendly neighbourhood commentators, Louise earlier interviewed before the first race, I think it was.
Ben?
Interviewed Ben.
They got him on the ITV coverage. Brilliant.
They did indeed, yeah.
Oh, yes. Is he coming back? Does he want to do 10 races a year? I love it if he did. Ben's had a busy weekend, actually, coming through.
And the IMS have just confirmed, given the proximity of Lightning moving towards the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a decision has been made to pause the pre-race run of show and move fans out of the grandstands in the snake pit.
Okay.
And the start of the 108th run-in has been delayed.
Okay, so we are in a delay at Indianapolis then. It just runs and runs and runs as we're into the final 7 laps here of the Monaco Grand Prix. That too has had a red flag delay.
Probably have dinner then, can't you?
Yeah, probably good, yeah. We've got to wait for that to clear anyway before we go on air for our pre-race ceremony now. So, yeah, we can have dinner. Yeah. Hey, I can have a bathroom break.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd have a long break.
Silver lining.
Yeah, I can actually create a pre-show as well for Indy 500 with that nice video I wanted to include. Helicopter shots then, looking down at the Nouvelle chicane. Is it me, or has Leclerc bolted by 8 seconds? Leclerc has bolted by 8 seconds, so Piastri, Sainz, and Norris now coming in.
Well, he sees that there's 7 laps of the race left.
Do you know, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous now, like I was for Lando at Miami.
Careful!
Yeah, no, it's just because Charles, it's so much for him to win this race. Don't forget,
touch for wood.
Yeah, don't forget.
I'll tell you what you're losing in Ferrari, losing Sainz. Sainz, the reason Leclerc's increased his interval is because of the fact that Sainz pointed out that if Piastri or Norris changed to a different tyre, they could beat Leclerc, and so they've increased the gap to actually counteract that.
Look at this, everyone. Fingers crossed over there at Ferrari. They know what this could mean. They know what this could do. Second Ferrari win of the year, and in the Principality. Last time they won here was 2017 with Sebastian Vettel. That was their first win in Monaco since 2001, and Michael Schumacher winning on the streets of Monaco. He really inherited that win from David Coulthard, who stood on the grid.
The Carpenters are preparing the new flagpole as we speak.
Second win of the season, and it'll be a podium. First and third for them both. This is Oh, hello. This is the two Salvas overtaking each other, and then through on the inside line. That's going to be Sargent getting ahead as well, so a nice slip through as well. Zhou and Bottas have different... Has Zhou got an issue?
Yes, he does. He's been having an issue for the last 20 laps and no one seems to be taking any notice. Like, his team literally just like, oh, you'll be fine.
Oh, Alonso hit the barrier.
Ooh, and the curb.
Yeah, and nearly put it in the wall down at the swimming pool chicane. Alonso was very lucky there, but he's 11th. He's 13 seconds behind Gasly. Gasly's going to get a point despite being in that accident zone, by the way.
Well, the Alpines need it.
Louis Chiron is the only Monegasque winner here in the Principality. Charles Leclerc is on his way.
I'll just bring it home.
Thank you.
I'll just bring it home.
Just like, no pit stops, please.
Well, we've broken the record for most tyres in one race since the Pirelli era began. 72 laps on hards for Leclerc, 73 for Piastri. Piastri's going to hold the record, by the way.
Norris also has
And Norris,
73.
yeah. The pair of them are going to hold the record for most hard tyres used in a race.
That'll be nice.
It's going to be the top 8 are going to be exactly the same as when the race started. It's that type of day here in Monaco.
Talking of the flagpoles, one of Seb's good stories that he tells is when Michael had won a Grand Prix when Seb was about 12 or 13. Michael took Seb to Maranello on the Tuesday or the Wednesday to see it being put up, and he says it was one of the most memorable things in his childhood.
I wonder when Lewis Hamilton
He said
gets to
that day he finally got what it meant to drive for Ferrari, and that's why,
Really hope Seb comes back. Max Verstappen not only has been beaten this weekend, it's the first weekend in 2024 that Verstappen has not topped a single session.
Really?
Yeah, across the whole weekend.
Monaco just isn't his race.
It's going to go Leclerc his way.
Do you reckon he's purposely not won just so he doesn't have to
no.
jump in the swimming pool?
Yeah, go on, JT.
The race has got so boring that RB and Red Bull Twitter admins have been playing tic-tac-toe
Oh, I've got to see this. Also, it is heavily
on
raining
Twitter.
here.
Heavy raining where?
Here.
Oh,
is that thunder? Yes, it is.
Oh, it is raining here in the UK, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, heavily.
Apparently there was a torrential downpour where I live 15 minutes ago.
So this is your
It's
rain.
a torrential downpour here.
Mbappe is going to wave the flag.
Oh.
Well, Martin Brundle's the boss around here.
Yeah, ignored him, didn't he? Little Al says, hello all. Piastri is not going to win this, but can cause problems for Sainz and get landed on the podium, says Dio Nat. Jess says, pre-race ceremonies, the Indy 500 running will be delayed. Times to be communicated as it happens as well. So we will be on air as soon as we know the start time for the pre-race ceremonies here on JBMotorsports. Me and Megan get a little bit of a break and some dinner. As we see Charles Leclerc. Yeah, go on, Dad.
Charles's girlfriend there, she's got a Taylor Swift friendship bracelet, and she's nearly pulling it apart because she's nervous.
2 laps to go. Oh yeah, they are playing tic-tac-toe. Got distracted by store pitting. Thanks, Aston Martin. Come on, Charles. Just a couple more. It'll be another win in his career. It'll be a very, very special win as well if they can do it. 2 to go here in the Principality. Sainz is 5/10 back on Piastri, but the top 8 I'm not expecting a change. We've got the running order. Unless Norris can slip through on Sainz and get a podium. That type of weekend here, I'm afraid.
I think that Sainz deserves a podium because of how much he's been trying to get Charles up there. He deserves to see it with
I
him.
have been told
Yes, Judy?
that it is raining very hard.
Have a look.
I can hear it.
Shall we see?
Yeah. Is it raining?
I cannot tell.
I can hear it.
2 laps to go.
Raining here very hard.
Yeah, I can hear it on the commentary box through the headset.
Zhou Guan Yu is so annoyed right now.
Suck it, Paul.
When is he
says.
not?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's having a go at his race engineer.
Yeah, because they have not been listening to him. He has been wanting to pit for about 15 laps now. He's having a problem for 20.
3.337 kilometres left for Charles Leclerc to make history in Formula One, becoming the second Monegasque in history to win his home race, the first in nearly a century. And after so many years of misery and heartache, it's about to become a possibility. Charles Leclerc grew up on the streets of Monaco. He's been to school here. He's raced around here. His godfather, Jules Bianchi, 10 years ago, got the first ever points, and it turned out the only points for Marussia. It was an emotional day. Charles came into this sport back in 2018. He DNF'd here that year, hitting the back of Brendan Hartley. 2019, he started at the back after a crash in qualifying. He crashed out of the race as well after doing some superb moves. In 2021, after the pandemic, we came here. He put it on pole for a second time, but it was taken away from him for a crash right here in the swimming pool. 2022, he finished in 6th. 2023, he finished in 4th. And now, in 2024, it's P1. Charles Leclerc on home soil in Monaco wins to become the king of Monte Carlo. You've done it, Charles. You've finally won the Monaco Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri makes it a family 1-2. And Ferrari on the podium in 3rd, Norris 4th, Russell 5th, and Max Verstappen gets his worst result in over 2 seasons, finishing in 6th place, Hamilton 7th, Tsunoda 8th, Alexander Albon gets points for Williams in 9th, and Pierre Gasly finishes in 10th. What a day! And Charles Leclerc finally wins the Monaco Grand Prix, a home winner in the Principality in nearly 100 years. And it's Charles Leclerc who has finally done it after so many years of trying.
You can hear the bells being rung in the background for Charles winning.
The foghorns down at Portier as well. Charles Leclerc wins!
Winning Miami.
We won it! Finally!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Charles Leclerc signs his way into immortality and wins one of the Triple Crown events. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix, his first home race victory. And that is amazing. Listen to the foghorns on the boats. Amazing.
As they were going past, you know, that thing with the statue, because I think there's a bell near there, I could hear the bells going as he went past.
Tonight is going to be a big night. I think no one is going back home. He's just said on the radio as well. Charles Leclerc on the text messages.
Do you understand that we all stay here?
They nearly all live there anyway.
Look at the reception Leclerc is getting. Ferrari come back in formation. The applause and signs are out. Everyone in Monaco can finally cheer a home winner for the first time in a century.
Also, Carlos says, be free, be free.
But it had the right result
cool down
for most
myself
of the fans.
as well.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll think about that later with some champagne.
Tonight is going to be a big night.
I think no one's going back home.
I didn't understand that.
We all stay here.
You better stay. I hope Jimmy's is ready.
First Monegasque to win the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix. He has made history. Louis Chiron was the last, but he didn't win the Formula One Grand Prix. He won the Monaco Grand Prix before the championship was created. Since 1950 in Formula One, Charles Leclerc becomes the first Monegasque to win the Monaco Grand Prix in Grand Prix Formula One history. And look at this reception he gets! It's like winning the first race all over again. And Ferrari can erupt. So many years years of heartache in Monaco for Leclerc. The curse is broken. The King of Monaco is finally Monegasque.
He's also the first non-Red Bull or non-previously McLaren-driven driver to actually beat Max in the past 2 years.
Yeah. Leclerc hasn't won since Austria 22.
Guys.
Yeah.
I hate to bring down the mood, but for the first time in F1 history, the top 10 have finished in their starting positions.
Wow. Oh God, you're right.
Wow.
Gasly 10th, yeah. Albon 9th. 8th for Tsunoda. Yeah. The top 10 didn't change from qualifying to the race. It was 11 down that changed due to the red flag. Well, that's a surprise. Oh, so, okay. Top 10 failed. Unique race. Prince Albert III gives a thumbs up and a round of applause. Megan?
Did you know that Russell, Gasly and Alonso all made the mediums go 77 or 76 laps?
Pirelli really need to adjust the tyre compounds if they can do that around Monaco.
Yeah.
That wasn't a race, that was a train.
Yeah. Apart from the very start of the race where they restarted the entire race and they changed tyres, the top 4 didn't even bother to pit.
Is that the first time in history
5,
then?
sorry.
Is that the first time in history then that nobody came into the pit during green flag running? For the top 4?
Yeah. Top 5 actually.
Top 5, yeah.
Russell made it 77 laps on mediums.
Yeah, wow. The race winner didn't bother to pit.
Yeah, he didn't need to.
What an unusual Grand Prix.
It is. No, finally he wins.
Finally he wins.
I need to see this rain.
Jenson Button is talking to the top 3.
Charles, congratulations. You haven't just won the Monaco Grand Prix, you've won your home Grand Prix. How are you feeling right now?
No words can explain that. Yeah, it's such a difficult race. I think the fact that twice I've been starting on pole position and we couldn't quite make it makes it even better in a way. It means a lot, obviously. It's the race that made me dream of becoming a Formula 1 driver one day. So yeah, it was a difficult race emotionally because already 15 laps to the end, you're just hoping that nothing happens. Already the emotions were coming. I have to say that I was thinking to my dad a lot more than what I thought while driving. Obviously, he's given everything for me to be here. And yeah, it was a dream of ours for me to race here and to win. So it's unbelievable.
Everyone always talks about Monaco as being the jewel in the crown, but they also say Saturday, it's the most important day. It's not, is it? I mean, today there's still a lot of work to do out there on the track. 78 laps, the pressure from behind. You have to be a mathematician when it comes to, deciding how hard to push, how easy to go. It's tough out there.
It's really difficult. At first, I thought we had quite a lot of margin, but we knew there was 78 laps to do on the same tires, which was very, very difficult. But yeah, we did a great management of the tires. There was a big part of the race where we had to manage the gap with George, and then in the last 10 laps I could push a bit more, and the car felt amazing. So I just want to thank the team for having done such an incredible work over the last few months, and giving me the opportunity to finally win this race is again a very special feeling.
Well, when you crossed the finish line, the crowd just erupted, and to see so much support for you here, have you got words for the fans here?
Just a huge thank you. The parade laps already were special on the bus, and seeing so many of my friends in the balcony, so many people I know in the balcony, and it was just very, very special. So yeah, this one means a lot, and the support that I've had over the weekend means a huge amount. So thank you so much to everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oscar, you have to be happy with that. A podium in Monaco. It's the dream race. Obviously, so close to the win. How was it out there for you?
Yeah, tricky race. You know, the pace at the beginning was incredibly slow, and I had one little half look before the tunnel, but yeah, didn't have a small enough car to fit into a gap. So yeah, thanks to the whole team. It's been a great weekend all round, and yeah, nice to finally put a result on the board. I feel like we've been very strong for the last few weekends, but didn't really have the results to show for it. So nice to have a podium, and what better place?
Yeah, it was really fun watching you at the first start, having a go at a few places around the lap, and your aggression showed there. And we thought you were going to have a good go, but it didn't quite come off. But it's been a great weekend for you, hasn't it? Does it make you think, oh, those little things in qualifying would have made a big difference?
Yeah, I mean, it does, but to be honest, Charles has been mega all weekend, and you know, they've been quick from the very first lap, and I think it would have taken something pretty special in quali to outdo him. The opportunity was almost there, but it would have taken probably the best lap of my life. So I'm happy with P2. A good result for the team again, and yeah, very, very happy.
Congrats. Enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you. Cheers.
Carlos, that must be mixed emotions. After the first start, it looked like it was game over. You got a little lucky being able to start again, and came away with a podium.
Yeah, it was a tight one, and obviously a very bad feeling there in lap 1 that very quickly turned into a very good feeling after getting reinstated at P3. From there on, really the race pace was good as we expected. It's just impossible to get past through the streets of Monaco, but I'm extremely happy, you know, to see Charles win his home Grand Prix the way he's been driving all weekend, and manage to share this podium with him in P3 is a great feeling for the whole team. I think they all deserve it, and yeah, it looks like we're getting stronger and stronger every weekend.
It looked like towards the end of the race you were getting closer to Oscar. I don't know if his tyres started opening up or struggling with them a bit, but you were given the pressure there.
Yeah, once I was sure that Lando behind the end have a gap to pit for medium and attack me at the end, I focused on doing some fast laps. I went down to the 114s, which was really quick at the time, and I said, okay, maybe I have a chance at putting a bit of pressure on Oscar, and maybe I can get him to do a mistake, because obviously I knew that passing him was impossible. And yeah, we got him under pressure. I saw him lose the rear a couple of times and getting him a bit loose, but it was not enough to pass.
Nice work.
Thank you.
What a race here in Monaco. Dad, what did you make of that? Not there. Josh T?
Do you know when you're going down Oxford Street in London and you see all the buses one after another over Westminster area down the embankment area?
Yeah.
You see all the buses. That's how it was. It was processional.
No one really changed. Well, as I only said, top 10, Josh T as well. Okay, huge bit of thunder and lightning just hit the commentary box as well. So if we go off air, transponder equipment don't work.
Perez his thing with the start of the race with the Hasses just ruined the entire race.
I'd just like to point out, if we go off air, it's not because of anything with copyright. It's because we have got thundering and lightning above the commentary box, and our transponder equipment doesn't work, isn't it, right, Megan?
Yeah.
So it's up and down. Yeah, there we go. You can see it now on the camera here. Huge bits of thunder and lightning above where we are, Megan. Over here, look on the ninja chart. So, yeah. Omi, down there in the pits, what did you make of it in that race in the end?
That was amazing. Of course, a very quiet race, but great stuff to see. Charles Leclerc, after so many years, went through bad luck around this venue in F2, then multiple times in F1, and he's finally won it.
Let's hear from the top three in the cool-down room then.
Walk up to it. 3 podiums in the last 4 years for Carlos Sainz here.
Mate, the emotions were coming up 2 laps to the end, and I was struggling to see. I'm like,
But you were trying.
It's starting to get there. I was like, fuck, no, Charles, not now.
Sorry for the language.
Maybe management I was doing at the beginning.
Was one lap, he was going to send it.
Yeah, but we were still pulling away from, that was crazy.
Yeah.
They were lucky.
When I looked on the big screen, I thought like he had a big crash, and I thought it was even bigger.
No one crashing doing sideways.
Yeah.
But at the beginning we were still pulling away from some people.
What happened to the puncture?
I must have, like I didn't even feel it on the wheel, it went straight away. Like you see the tire was destroyed. It's difficult to go so slow, sometimes.
Yeah, it's difficult because Oscar was pushing, and then the problem is that when you start pushing, you don't have any references. Yeah, you don't know where the reference is.
Yeah, when we started to go at the end, I pushed like one lap on the throttle out of the chicane, and I had a massive.
So in turn one, you had a couple of.
Yeah, turn one was okay, but with like 5 laps to go, I hit the wall in turn 3 on the inside.
Inside?
Yeah.
So second apex?
Second apex. Touched it after that.
Like I did it.
Hit the walls.
There's that friendship bracelet that you on about, Dad. That actually nearly broke during it. So yeah, there's a lot of thunder and lightning.
Yeah. Did you see the bling that Charles put on his wrist as well?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he put 2 bracelets on his wrist.
Oh.
I think it's similar to hairs.
It must be a relationship thing. Ferrari looking good. I'm being told that there is a chance that the Indy 500 could run tomorrow.
Good, because this lightning is getting closer and closer to us.
Yeah. I've just heard the Sky IQ in the back of my headset saying Indy delayed, could be tomorrow.
I'd rather not commentate in this.
We're not having great weather here in the commentary box either. One thing I'm worried about is that it's transponder equipment and internet lines that go up as well. So if we go off air, you know why.
Have you got an umbrella, you two?
Yes, we do have an umbrella. We've got 3 umbrellas.
Better than the Prime Minister.
I might need a change of shirt. Carlos Sainz on the podium again. So is Oscar Piastri. But the noise is not going to be for either of them. It's big hugs and a hug with Prince Albert as well. Tears in his eyes. The first Monegasque driver to win a Monaco Grand Prix in Formula 1 history. The first to win a Grand Prix in Monaco since Louis Chiron at their home event. There's nothing better. Charles Leclerc wins. Tears in his eyes. And we will hear the Royal Band of Monaco with their own national anthem for the first time. After the trophies. It's a reverse procedure here in Monaco, I have to remember. This is going to be a special moment. His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco gives the greatest of respects to Carlos Sainz and to Oscar Piastri, but a big hug, tears in their eyes. Charles Leclerc wins the Monaco Grand Prix! That is so special. Monaco will party like it never has before. Ferrari are well and truly back. McLaren are well and truly back. And Haas, they will go and lick their wounds, the same as Alpine, with how their teams have operated here today. Red Bull, shocking pace all weekend long. The winner's medal to Charles Leclerc for the first time since 2022. So the Indy 500 is delayed, it's not cancelled. I like your old suit, celebrate 100 years of Monaco. Thank you. That was my idea, actually. No, you're the first one to pick up on it. Then I'll go put my jacket on for later on. Her Serene Highness Princess...
down to his mother's house for an haircut.
Like father, like son for Oscar Piastri. He finishes in second. It's a great day for the Leclercs. Carlos Sainz makes it a Ferrari podium as well in 3rd place. Andrea Carcerani, the head of the track here. And the Racing Automobiles Club de Monaco comes into it as well. And now the Constructors' Trophy. The president of the Automobile Club de Monaco, Michael Borelli, as well, will present the trophy to Fred Vasseur. What a fantastic race. The Monegasque Royal Band will now play the Monaco national anthem for one of their own. Charles Leclerc wins and is finally the King of Monaco. Okay, our signal's starting to break up here in the post box. JT, have you got it? Because our signal's going. Our signal's gone. Yeah.
I've got it.
Go on, JT. And now the Italian national anthem for Ferrari.
Teams.
You can't stop us. We'll still find a way, hopefully, to have that stream in the background. Well, we can't see the TV pictures up here. Yeah, we can't see the TV pictures up here in the commentary box. We've lost access, but it's champagne time.
Let me get my...
Cheers, JJ. It's champagne time here in Monaco. Absolutely perfection fighting throughout the entire weekend. Charles Leclerc is absolutely dominating the Monaco weekend. He was fastest in practice 1 and 3 and coming into qualifying as well. An absolutely perfect weekend. We can now see, thanks to JT's cameras, the photo taken. And now, it's champagne time! Carlos Sainz pulls it over, Piastri and Fred Vasseur spray it. What an absolutely fantastic Monaco Grand Prix. Red Bull defeated, Ferrari victorious, and it's Charles Leclerc, the King of Monte Carlo. So let's confirm how they finished then. If you didn't need any further update, Charles Leclerc wins from Piastri in second, Sainz finishes third, Norris fourth, Russell fifth, Verstappen sixth, Hamilton seventh, Tsunoda eighth, Albon ninth and Gasly rounds out the top 10. The exact same top 10 as the starting grid. After that, it's Alonso, followed by Ricciardo, Bottas, Stroll, Sargent and Zhou. The 4 retirements, Ocon after a crash with Gasly, Perez hit by Magnussen who hit Hülkenberg, causing the red flag at the start. And them's the brakes in Formula 1. Well, then, we've completely lost satellite pictures up here in the commentary box as well. Dad, what's it like for you in there? Have you lost pictures as well?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, right. We've completely lost pictures
Power
then.
out.
Yeah, so we've completely lost pictures. So let's just quickly go over then this race here in Monaco, and we'll sign off. Omi, final thoughts?
Great Monaco weekend. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And Charles Leclerc has won a lot of positives for Ferrari going into Canada. So I cannot wait. Championship gap cut down to, I believe, 23 points. So if Ferrari get it together, and so did McLaren, we could have a bit of a championship battle on our cards here.
JT? We can't hear JT.
Of all the times to use both my mugs.
Well, yeah. Hey, tell you what, hang on, I can't do Touring Car Race 3 then, even though I could do it. Because we've got no time.
Yeah, we could indeed see a battle between Ferrari and Red Bull. Points in the last 3 rounds: Ferrari 101, McLaren 85, Red Bull 81. Constructors standings, Josh.
Yeah.
Red Bull 276, Ferrari 252. 24 points.
It's getting close, isn't it? This
It is
race is
getting
going to be
close.
brilliant. Dad, any final thoughts from you before we go off?
Not really.
Excellent.
It's I'm trying to get the satellite signal back.
No worries, I'll leave you to it. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Omi. Thanks, Jess, for hosting, and thanks to you,
Bye.
JT, as well. We'll be back then shortly for the final race of the day for British Touring Car Championship. Not that I'll be able to do much, unfortunately, as well. And then we're in a delay still for the Indy 500, so join us soon. But for Monaco, Charles Leclerc finally is the king of Monaco. We'll see you in 2 weeks at the Canadian Grand Prix. Bye-bye.